alone was you followed! I said no!
Okay.
What is your problem?
What is your problem, partner? You don't look so good.
What is wrong with you?
Nothing wrong with me. I'm fit as a fiddle.
And I inside you ain't.
I'm just a realist, friend.
Micah reckons there's a rat.
Oh, does he? On what evidence?
He's only back a minute. Pinkerton show up.
We've been on the run since you two fools went crazy in Blackwater. We barely escaped with our lives in Saint Denis. Now we got a rat.
Well, Molly clearly talked, but who else?
Maybe we pushed things too hard.
Whoa.
Maybe time for folks like us is past. We don't need a rat. We got sloppier than the town drunk, and they know who we are, and where we are, and what we're doing.
Way I see it, best thing we can do is let the wheat go. Move on, get our money, and start over.
That ain't happening.
Well, something's gotta happen, and fast. Otherwise, Cornwall, them Pinkertons, they've got us penned in here, and ain't none of them stopping.
Well, Cornwall's why we're here. Shall we, Dutch?
Yeah, it's time to go. Let's head to the river.
Oh, leave Cornwall alone. He ain't... We need money, but revenge, now?
Of course it's for money.
Come on, Arthur.
This better not be no stupid revenge mission, Dutch. It ain't worth it.
Don't be ridiculous.
Oh, Arthur, it's just a simple social call.
So, what are we gonna say to him that needs to be said?
He has been hunting us since Valentine. He is the reason that Hosea got killed. His sugar business is destroying the people of Guarma. This town, Arthur, is his town. He bought it just to destroy these folks. His sugar, his oil, his law.
These are wrongs that you can't right, Dutch. We're wanted men.
So why did you go for John against my wishes?
I didn't want him hanged.
Neither did I.
We're gonna cut a deal, Arthur.
What are you talking about?
We want out, and Cornwall wants us to stop robbing him, and we all know his money is what's keeping the Pinkertons on our tail. He's America, Arthur, and I want out, and he won't let us go.
Say making a lot of sense, Dutch.
It will, son. It will. A deal, some noise, and then we're gone. Cornwall's boat is arriving at dawn. We'll wait it out here. Get down behind these crates so no one sees us. Arthur, I said get yourself hidden.
I want to thank you for your hospitality, Mr. Cornwall.
This was a business meeting, Mr. Milton. We are not friends. I have spent a considerable fortune with your agency, and still nothing. This Vanderlyn robs me and laughs at me. I asked for the best. I paid for the best.
We are very close, Mr. Cornwall. I know you've heard this before.
Chance, sir. Send a telegram to Goldberg in New York. Tell him I won't borrow it more than 3.2%. Sorry, no, I have heard it before. And get that army man to pay his portage charge.
Yes, sir.
We are doing all we can within the confines of the law.
The law? I think we both know what you can do with your law. Find me Dutch Vanderlyn. Bring him here. And leave the laws to them as need them. Good day, sir.
Come along, Mr. Ross. We have work to do.
Mr. Didsbury. Mr. Cornwall.
Now listen up, Didsbury. What's all this about strikes? I bought into this mine because of mismanagement, and I intend to make it a success no matter what the cost.
It's the wages. Folk feel
Folk
that you...
feel? Business doesn't give two figs about feelings, sir, not two figs. It's a nonsense that will bring a plague on both our houses, sir.
Perhaps there is a plague on your house already, Mr. Cornwall.
What do you want, sir?
I'm not quite sure just yet.
Your impudence will be your undoing, sir.
I'm undone already. Even my best friend here, he thinks I'm crazy. And like this poor fellow you are talking to, my feelings are hurt.
You robbed me, sir.
And you robbed him. Funny world.
You show a criminal's grasp of sophistry, sir. I did no such thing.
You kill. I kill. You rob. I rob. Only difference I can see is I choose whom I kill and rob, and you destroy everything in your path.
I've heard just about enough.
I'll tell you what. You give me this ship, $10,000, and safe passage out of here, I'll let you live.
I'll do no such thing.
You sure? Good. I prefer it this way.
You lost your man!
Noise, Arthur! Noise!
Oh, shit! Pinkertons! What the hell have you done, Dutch?
Come on! Mike is going after those papers. Let's find him and get out of here.
Okay, so we were just in a shootout, and that woman is just casually walking up here like there ain't nothing going on. I gotta say, Stina, the look that I have right now is really growing on me.
Look out! Up there on the left!
I found something interesting.
We gotta move!
Thank God Micah's apparently invincible.
Come on! This way! Up the stairs! Arthur, come on!
Cornwall's men are all over the place. Follow me and stay close.
You don't mess with the wrong devil.
We had enough heat on us before. Now we're gonna be torn, Stretch.
This is my way. You'll see.
Trust me. Trust you.
You sure you got the lungs for this, Morgan?
Shut the hell up.
We got more up ahead. Clear us some space.
I'm really curious to see how this ends.
This wasn't a revenge mission.
It wasn't. We got what we came for. Those papers. Let's go. Let's go.
Finally putting that bastard forward.
Did you put Dutch up to this?
Me? I just follow orders, Morgan.
More up top here. Gun them down. And let's get the hell out of this place.
Shoot that oil wagon.
Yeah, but I would recommend honestly skipping that last one, unless you just have nothing else to do.
We can take the horses from
I don't actually like.
Let's go.
I don't actually really, you know, accomplish anything.
Talking it out. Boys, you've lost your mind.
Just a few side missions.
I've felt a lot of guilt in this life, Arthur. I've killed too often and poorly, but not this time, son. Come on. All right, let's head for the hills, boys. They're trying to block us all. Go right.
Let's head off. Look out! We got more ahead! I'm gonna kill you, you bastard! On the bastard! First man out here!
They're trying to cut us off again.
Go left! Lose them through the river!
Look out, fellas. They're still coming.
Shoot the bastards! Looks like we've lost.
For now, maybe. Whoa. We all okay?
Interesting social call.
Oh, don't play dumb and superior at the same time, Morgan. We all knew, sooner or later, Cornwall had to go.
Let me see them.
Micah
papers.
is crazy.
It's more attention we don't need. Feels like the whole world's closing in on us. Dutch. It won't be long before they find where we're hiding out now. Especially as we ain't exactly hiding out.
We just need a distraction. Buy us some time. It looks like Mr. Cornwall's company has signed a railroad contract with the army. And they're also moving dynamite down from, well, the Annesburg mines to Saint Denis to resell. And there's bonds at his oil factory. Maybe there's a way to get them off our back and get the money that we need. Mike, you look into this dynamite. Take Bill, I guess. Arthur, you go too. We are gonna need a lot of it. And Mike, we need to talk. Figure out some things.
Of course, boss.
Figure out what?
The plan. Getting out of here. Nothing's changed.
It hasn't, huh?
There's an old house west of Van Horn. Meet me there when you can, Blacklung.
Let's split up. We'll meet up back at camp.
Yeah. This is crazy. Let's go, girl.
Dang, look at all that red. That's right there's all the people that's that entire land wants us all dead.
Yep.
Very. It's the leading of Dutch that's got us where we're at. By the way, one of the side missions I did, and I'm pretty sure this is where I'm heading, I found a lady who wanted to come out to the country with her husband and start a new life. Well, her husband ended up getting attacked by a grizzly bear, and she was knocking on death's door herself. Well, last time we saw her, we taught her how to hunt, and we taught her how to skin an animal, and I think we're going back up there to see her again. So that's why we're heading this direction instead of heading towards the next story mission. Because some side missions are very interesting. And some will... you could just, you know, waste my time. I'm hunting a legendary animal. Who's the legendary? Oh, it's a legendary moose. Some other time. Yep, this is her. I guess I'm gonna teach her how to shoot.
Oh, hey there.
How you feeling, ma'am?
Much better than I felt in a long time. If we hadn't caught that rabbit, I don't think I'd have made it another day.
Well, you look better.
Better and determined, thanks to you. And if I'm gonna learn to hunt, I figured it was time I learned how to use Cal's gun properly.
And how's that working out for you?
Well, let's just say my prey is looking decidedly unscathed. But the end of labor is to gain leisure. Is that not what Aristotle said?
Oh, I don't know much about Aristotle, but, well, I know a thing or two about shooting a gun. Look, you gotta hold steady and firm. You just focus, breathe slowly, and always pull the trigger on empty lungs. Here, I'll show you. Okay. Calm. Calm and steady. Don't snatch at the trigger.
You make it look so easy.
All right. You try now. Remember to breathe.
Wait to breathe out. Wait to breathe out. Would you look at that? I haven't hit one that close all day.
Oh, hello there.
Focus on the inhale. Shoot on the exhale.
I am teaching a woman how to shoot.
Shoot a few more this time.
And I'm also, I'm streaming, so... Oh. So...
Oh no, that wretched rat is back. Over there, you see? It's been a thorn on my side ever since we moved here.
Yeah.
Kill it, please.
Playing Warframe?
Show off.
Well, alright then.
Alright, let me try again.
I killed a rat.
Come on.
Probably not. I never resubscribed on it.
I hit it, didn't I? What can I say? Thank you. But I still have some of the rabbit.
Oh man, I don't know if I want to do, if I want to,
For a meal. It's the least I can do.
I don't know if I want to commit to that. That's kind of a lot. I don't even do that to Twitch people I want to watch. Are they Prime or just normal? Oh, okay. Well, I know the Primes are the only ones I want. I really want Volt Prime. So if they ever got me doing that, jump right on there and watch that Twitch. But honestly, I kind of ruined my experience in that game because the only Prime I wanted was Frost Prime. And then I ended up doing that Twitch thing and getting Frost Prime, and then I didn't really see a point in continuing when I had the one I wanted. You know what I mean? Oh, she's making me dinner.
Well, it's good and hot. I hope you enjoy it.
What did it get banned for? On, okay, I was like, okay, what? Okay, so he shot and dragged a woman and he got banned?
Yeah, and they said it promoted violence.
Against who?
No, not Twitch. YouTube.
Oh shoot. Alright. I'm gonna delete my last episode that I streamed because I was dragging a man through it, through the road.
You helped me to catch it after all.
But
Bon appetit.
well,
Please enjoy. And thank you again for everything. I really am grateful.
It was nothing.
You're a good man.
he may have had copyrighted music in the background, so he probably had to have it muted.
There's always more to find in ourselves. You helped me to see that. My husband, Cal, was such an optimist. I found that
I don't think he would go. Is he a big YouTuber?
There's a fine line between optimism and naivety.
I was gonna say, if he was a big YouTuber, he might not, you know,
Born with a silver spoon.
he might have a little bit of control, especially on Twitch, or stream, sorry, YouTube stream.
So many people, so many things. I was lost in it.
Oh, so here's this woman who, she said she was rich and she wanted to leave because her father was overbearing. And now she cooked me dinner and she's getting me to teach her how to do things.
Writing a great novel. But I turned out to be a far more pathetic anti-heroine than any I could ever pen.
By the way, Steenie, you probably can't hear. This is Grim. She has her voice muted, so she probably can't. Probably don't understand half the conversation. But basically, a YouTuber got banned because he was dragging a woman on Red Dead Redemption that he shot. Oh, hold on, Grim.
Stay right there.
My guy's on the ground coughing to death. Are you against spoilers in this game, Grim, or do you want me to kind of? So my guy has tuberculosis. Yeah, which that sickness is so scary to me because I remember, I don't know if it was dramatized or whatever.
My dear Arthur,
hold on one sec.
I've gone out hunting. Not afraid I thought any pen of mine would ever.
She called me my dear.
I'm very proud to finally be able to write. I am so very grateful to you for all the help and encouragement you've given me. There is some money in a box on the nightstand. Please take it. I have far more than I need back in the city, and I'd like you to have it. Please take care, and remain true to the man I know you are.
Wait, did Charlotte just... What the fuck? Wait, I didn't come in with a hat. Wait, I'm confused. Hold on. I gotta rewatch this. Which, that sickness is so scary to me, because I remember, I don't know if it was dramatized or whatever.
some money in a box on the nightstand. Please take it. I have far more than I need back in the city, and I'd like you to have it. Please take it. And remain true to the man I know you are.
Wait, did Charlotte? Okay, I'm a little confused. I don't know where she went. Okay. She basically just, I was having a coughing fit, and, she put me in her bed, and I guess went back home. She's like, can't handle that. That's weird. I'm so confused. And why do I have my hat back? I didn't come in with a hat, sir. But, yeah, so she basically was helping her. I don't know, maybe there's another mission. I want to remove this hat. There we go. That's crazy. Maybe the mission's not over. Maybe it'll tell me what that, if she'll come back later. Then it'll kind of give me some context, but whatever. The only person I'd ever watch stream Warframe is the Jez. He had a few videos about it, but I don't know if he actually streams it. I'm sure he's too busy streaming Destiny when he's on. That whole cutscene was so confusing to me. She made, or I was teaching her how to shoot, and then she's like, then she finally hit a bottle. And she finally shot a bottle, and she's like, could you come in, and I have dinner ready if you want to eat. And then before we could start eating, all of a sudden my guy collapses and starts coughing, and then it goes to a next cutscene where it shows me waking up, and I read a letter about how she's thankful for all she did, and she says, stay true to the person I am, take whatever's in my jewelry box, I have enough money back in the city, and then she basically says goodbye. I'm so confused of what happened. It's, oh, you know what I think it is? So you know how I told you that her husband died? Oh my god, that sounds like a mountain lion. I want to kill that thing. Where's it at? I'm gonna try. Where you at, Mr. Man? Oh, okay, that didn't... It only took me 2 shots to kill it. But, I guess she thought I was, like, dying, and I think she left because she doesn't want to, like, fall in love with my character and have it all happen to her again. Yeah, dude, I might be alive for 3, right? And I have $12,000 on my person. You know how much money that is in this time? Right? Because his dick's big enough. Nah, but real talk, like, I think that's what the reason for it. And, I don't know. Well, go ahead. I don't know, like, what causes tuberculosis, but there's a mission where you go into Cuba for a little bit, and maybe I got it there, because when I came back, he was a coughing fit. What the fuck? Oh my god. Oh shit, they're shooting at me. But why? I didn't do nothing. Just kill me all you want, but don't kill my horse. Excuse you. I thought you were about to say midichlorian. But, I don't know if I got it from there, but... Oh my god. Don't die, horse. Don't be dead. Okay. But anyways... So, I think he got it there. All I know is I was going on a mission, and all of a sudden he started coughing and fell to the ground. And this man helps him to the hospital, my guy. And, he helps him to the hospital, and all of a sudden he starts coughing up blood. And then the doctor's like... So what do you think your symptoms are? And it's like, I mean, you're the doctor, you tell me. But anyways, he says I had tuberculosis, and it's like, oh shit. Most likely, because, nah. But I'm sure this character's gonna die, and I'm gonna end up using a different character. I was thinking maybe I'm gonna use either John or Sadie. I think I'm gonna end up using one of them. But yeah, so that happens, right? And I know it sucks because at this point in time, tuberculosis is uncurable. It's still incurable to this day, but you can take medicine that will stop it, and you won't die of it. But yeah, everybody's like, are you okay? Oh my god, are you okay? And it's just like, yeah, I'm a damn video character. As long as I don't progress the story, I will live forever.
I don't know, William. These are challenging times for all of us. Yes, very challenging.
You don't seem yourself, somehow. I've always... I've left the morphine, sir.
All right, Reverend Swanson, would you excuse us a minute?
Of course.
New York? We are gonna go to New York.
Wowzers.
Chasing us south and east and west. We're gonna get a boat. We're gonna get on a river, and we're gonna go north.
Yeah, but once you get good at that.
And Tahiti, the Fiji
Oh shit.
this place, New Guinea, dancing girls, freedom.
But once you get good at that, you'll be able to play on a better system.
And then we disappear. We need more commotion. One score and one whole hell of a lot of noise. We ain't so good at doing scores
Right.
anymore, Dutch. You feeling all right, Arthur? Sure, fine. Pardon me for interrupting.
Oh my god.
Friend Arthur. Hello. Hello. Dutch. This is Eagle Flies. His father is a great chief. Charles and I, we...
There's an Indian.
Pretended to be mercenaries. Did me a great favor.
His name is Eagle Flies.
Dutch Vanderlyn. How do you do?
Not well, sir.
Well, I am sorry to hear that. How's your father?
Father has confused wisdom with weakness. His people, my people, we've suffered too much. Been lied to too much. Now they've taken our horses.
But yeah, I don't know if you played the first Red Dead. But it's basically about how your old gang left you for dead, and you're John Marston. And Marston. Well, for the rest of the game, you're going to hunt them one by one. And turns out that the police had hired you to take care of it so that you could live your life in peace because you used to run with them. Well, it's kind of like GTA 5. Yeah. It's kind of like GTA 5 where Mike he turns in Trevor and the other guy so that he can go off scot-free. It's kind of like the story of that. Well, so in this game, you start off with the gang, and you're doing missions. You're getting success in the beginning, but at one point, all the missions start getting screwed up, and it's driving Dutch, your leader. He's kind of going a little crazy. Like, he starts killing people who don't necessarily need to die, and he starts making decisions. Whoa. But right click. He's not even in this game. But so basically you're basically, I guess, seeing the fall of the gang, and John was the first one to kind of like say, hey, maybe we shouldn't do this, and now Arthur is starting to do that, and now he's starting to like not trust you, like he's actually trusting Micah, who is like the bottom bitch. He started.
I hate Micah now.
Well, Micah's just a fucking weirdo. He lives for chaos. He's an agent of chaos, like the Joker.
Exactly. Like, I can't stand Micah at all.
And
how far are you in it?
Let's see. I mean, if you watch my streams, you know. No, I'm just kidding.
I mean,
but
last I saw your stream, you were at the manor.
Yeah, Hosea and Lenny are dead. It's not Lenny. Living like Lenny.
Yeah. So did you just make it to Gorma?
No, I got out of Gorma. I saved Sadie. Sadie and Charles saved everybody.
And I love Sadie.
Yeah, and Charles is awesome too.
Yeah, those two are my favorite.
We literally just saved Marston, and then the last mission was Dutch killing Cornwall. And now this Indian boy is coming up and asking us for help because he says his father, the chief, is like confusing wisdom for weakness. And now Dutch is like, we're going to New York.
You'll probably end up beating the game by the end of
tonight and if you continuously play. I fucking called it. I knew eventually. It hasn't happened yet. Maybe not. But I knew that Arthur wouldn't be in the rest of the game. And you're going to end up playing it as somebody else. I don't know yet, but my two main... The people that I think that you're going to be are either John or you're going to be Sadie for the rest of the game. I don't know who yet. I'm more banking on Sadie. But I knew something was going to happen to Arthur. Either he was going to die or he was going to go off and never be seen again. But I'm waiting to see what happens.
Yeah, Arthur unfortunately is not doing too well at that point. That's the reason why I restarted my game, and I'm replaying it, and instead of going through the chapters really quickly, I'm making sure that I get... Because there are certain things that you will miss in the game that you can't go back and get. Like, there's certain weapons that unless you picked it up during the mission or off of somebody's body, you can't get again. There are certain interactions you can't get around the camp unless you did them. So there's a trophy that where you have to do an activity with at least one member of the gang at each campsite. So that's really why I'm taking it super slow this time.
Yeah, when I might play through this again, but be a bad guy.
Helped me before. I have money.
Yeah, it's funny if you play as a bad guy like in the camp and like you antagonize people all the time. Eventually they get tired of you and like somebody will randomly come up and punch you in the face. And, like, Arthur, shut up, and they'll come up and just punch you.
But I made no such promise.
So how you liking the story so far though?
I mean, the story's intriguing. It definitely has some of its moments where it's kind of boring. Pretty much anything that has to do with Micah. But yeah, it's crazy. Like, I think I know when he contracted tuberculosis.
Well, I'm in chapter 2, and like I'm already getting the slight coughs.
My horse is still alive, thank God.
A lot of people think it's whenever he went to Gorma, but that's not it at all.
Well, that's when he starts showing symptoms.
He shows more symptoms, like early in the early game, like he has a smoker's cough. Like most people think, like, oh, he probably smokes. But
well, that's what contracts it. But it's also hereditary. Like you could either catch it from somebody else, or you can actually get it like hereditary.
Yeah, I'm thinking he's had it from the get-go. Because, like, even in chapter 1, like, while you're up on the mountain, there are moments where, like, he coughs, and, like, you're like, huh, that's not a normal cough. But, like, you don't catch those things until you play through the game again. That's the reason why I'm really playing through it, is because, like, there's a lot of things that I didn't quite catch the first playthrough, and I'm like, oh, wow, you know, like, now you get a better context of, like,
well, that's why some people say movies are better the second time you watch them.
Yeah. Ooh, is that...
Sky, or that's Brett's like nephew or something. I don't know. He's friends with him somehow.
So when you got back from Gorma, were you like, "Where's my goddamn horse?"
I was more like, "Where's my guns?" But yeah, I'm starting to see why he leaves John for dead, because Dutch is getting crazier and crazier, and he actually believes that there's somebody else that's gonna betray him, and he probably is gonna think it's John.
Well, obviously, because remember in Red Dead 1, what does John say to Dutch when you kill him? You know, he's like, "You left me for dead." Like, that's one of the reasons why John was going after Javier, Bill, and Dutch. I guarantee you, if it was John and he just fell off the gang and nothing had happened between him and Dutch, John would not have given up the gang so easily in Red Dead 1. Like, that just wouldn't have happened. Like, if it was under different circumstances, I just don't think that would have happened.
Especially if there's one more scandal that we can slip away. Like I said, we just need that.
I got a 4-day weekend. I'm so excited.
You know,
Lol.
I went back for the chest I had hidden outside Shady Bell, and we're close.
Are you off tomorrow?
That dynamite,
No,
the railroad contract with the army.
I'm off today.
That's what's up. What time do you work tomorrow?
I'll have to look at the schedule again. Dude, Dutch, you've been saying trust me more often than anybody. Like, I feel like when somebody asks you to trust them over and over and over again, he's giving you multiple opportunities not to trust him.
These men, like I said, they'll help us.
I got the canoes. The boat is still moored in the channel.
Good. Come on, let's go.
So, one cool thing you can do, RockLee, is if you're in Saint Denis and a beggar like begs for money and they're blind, point a gun at them to test if they're blind or not.
Oh, nice. By the way, Trogdon, I had a good understanding of the story until you joined the party, and now I have no idea what's going on.
What do you mean?
Me, shut up! I'm just kidding.
You were talking the whole time, dude.
Well, I had it paused. And I'm streaming, I can't sit here and have it paused all day, or Stina might get bored. Right, Stina? Why am I the only one peddling this damn thing? You said you wanted a distraction, Dutch.
Good luck.
I just hate how Dutch sides with Micah instead of Arthur. Like, that pisses me off. All because of Micah. Really, you can blame everything that's happened on Micah. Like, Hosea, Arthur, everything.
What do you mean? I'm just kidding. Don't tell me.
Like, no, I'm not. It's stuff that's already happened. Like, Hosea
I know,
wouldn't
but
have been in that situation. Neither would have Lenny. Like, I just don't think any of that would have happened.
Try not to kill anyone, Arthur.
then what am I supposed to do? Subdue. Okay, stealth knockout. That sounded like a crunch, just saying. You said subdue, but that sounded like I broke his fucking neck.
What happened? In Destiny?
What the hell?
Yeah, it's a good one. They need to buff it though a little bit. But...
What the hell? What was I supposed to fucking do? The fuck? That was weird.
You think I have the first idea how this anchor works? Just blow it up and hurry.
Oh yeah.
Up easy.
Seem to be going pretty fast, Dutch. I'm trying. We're headed to those rocks. Hold on. What is wrong with you? The boys all right back there?
Yeah, I think so. But there's a huge hole in the boat. Horses are spooked, and we're taking on water.
Boys, get him out of here. Come on. Well, whatever else.
One 15-minute thing.
That was dumb.
The horses are confused. We need to round them up. I'll get these four, Arthur. Can you go after the others?
Grim, you gotta get Red dead.
No.
Over here, come on.
I don't know, I'm kind of tired of spending money on video games. Or at least tired of spending money on Destiny. You know what, if they want to start making us pay for shit, how about like armor pieces or weapons, you know, like nothing as stupid as like a shader, an emblem, or an emote. Well, I mean, I don't know.
What they need to do is just make it to where an easier avenue to earn this stuff. I don't know. It just needs to be easier to earn those things. Like if the cosmetic things, they need to have a way where people can legitimately grind for them. Like right now, that's no easy way to grind.
I just hate that I'm sitting here trying to play all day and I've only gotten 2 new exotics. Like I played for like 3 or 4 weeks straight and only got 2 new exotics. Like,
You help me return the horses to my men.
Well, Arthur needs to rest. I will. I like you, son. And
wow,
after the
Dutch.
horses, are we gonna wait for the army to come and wreak its revenge?
I hope not.
Of course we ain't. Now let's go check out that fort of theirs.
Is this a good idea?
This is the
15?
only
Why?
idea, and it is one that will suit both of our purposes.
Fighting the army ain't wise.
Stop worrying. Oh, and Sadie told
What?
me about
I thought it
Cone.
sold very
Meet us
well.
at Doyle's Tavern in Saint Denis when you can. Shall we go, son?
Certainly.
We'll start
I bet you anything
out of Fort Wallace, and when
it has to do
Cole's
with
dealt
budget. They
you
probably
come
put too
and
much
meet us
money into
there.
the
We'll
game.
set up a good spot.
They didn't get the return.
No, Dutch.
Yeah, well, I do. This is exactly the distraction that we need.
Wow.
Your father said that fighting was an impossible gamble. There's no winning for you in this.
Father did not know anything. He'd rather live in ignorance.
Come along,
Your
gentlemen.
father would rather you did not do anything so foolish. I said I would stop this from happening.
Wow.
Would you talk
Like
to
that
him?
goes to show, like I'm never probably gonna buy another Square Enix game.
Would you?
Like a company like that, like
Sure. I'll speak with him. You head on back to camp, check on the others, Dutch's behavior.
I understand. Thank you, Arthur.
Dutch just looked at me like I was a dead man. Dutch better be careful. I might have to get back on and play might have to get back on and play Red Dead 1 so I could just kill him real quick.
If you get PS now, you can actually play Red Dead 1. Like, I have Red Dead 1 on my console.
No, I don't wanna. Oh, fucking. The horse mechanics in this game is so fucking dumb. I don't need realism. I need to not have my fucking horse fall over every chance I get, every chance it fucking gets. The controls are so wonky. Sometimes they'll have me riding through a fucking forest, and then he'll just jet to the left and hit a tree, and it's just like, what the fuck?
I had to change the control sensitivity for when I'm on a horse.
One time I jumped over a fence, and it glitched because there were two fences back to back, and instead of jumping over both fences like clearly, he decides to jump off the top of the other fence and launches about 10 feet in the air, and my guy just plummets to the ground.
RockLee, it never fails though. Like every game that ever comes out, if there's ever a glitch, you find it.
Not on purpose.
It never fails. I know. Like,
and they're never useful.
Have these problems like in my playthroughs.
Oh my god, you should have saw the one that I had. I ran into I was shooting there's these people that started shooting at me. And so I aimed to shoot back at them, and I ran into a fence, and my horse was just like embedded into the fence, like he was stuck on the fence. I was like, what the fuck? Well, after I killed both of the guys, I went over to the horse and I tried everything. I didn't want to restart my game because I'd be dumb. So I ran over there and just ran into the horse as hard as I could, and it ended up getting it out of the fence, but it was so weird. Like, I was like, is it dead? It better not be dead. But no, it was just stuck on the fence. Like, not even like stuck, like it wouldn't get out of it. But like, it was just laying flat on its face, on like right next to the fence. I didn't know what to do. But I got lucky. So.
What I do, if something happens and your horse gets stuck, if you just save your game and then load your save, the horse will be right next to you.
Yeah, but I don't want to restart it. I want it to not be dumb.
Dude, I saw one where it's like this guy's aiming the gun at somebody and then he shoots up into the air to like as a warning shot, and all of a sudden you hear a duck die and a duck just falls straight down into his frame,
that was hilarious.
I'm just like,
I shared that on my wall.
Yeah, dude, I'm like, what the fuck? And then there's another one where it's like somebody's trying to catch the white horse, and all of a sudden out of nowhere a moose comes out and just fucking
I saw that one too.
Out. Yeah.
I think that's all in the same video. No, okay, Grim, so I was chasing after that same white horse, and it went right, or it went left and it went right, and broke my ankles. It didn't actually like make my horse trip over and fall, but I went and it ran me into a tree and I fell off. So then I get back up on the horse and I'm chasing after it and decides to go through the river. But for whatever reason, my horse could not go through that river and get swept, and we fall off a fucking waterfall. But no, here's the best part. So I fall off of the horse and land in the water, but the horse lands into a rock and instantly kills my horse. And my saddle is like under the water, and I'm just like fucked, and that white horse gets away. And I didn't get to go back after the horse until like 2 days later. Oh shit, what happened to this bitch? Hello, stranger.
So
one of these is gonna fuck me over. Yep, I knew it.
hands up now.
Do it. I ain't gonna repeat myself.
I love how when the Titans beat the Cowboys, you call them cowpokes. I was like, oh my god.
I hope I don't get banned, but I just shot this woman in the face.
What's wrong with that? How are you gonna get banned?
Well, she was trying to... I killed the horse. Oh. Anyways, she was like, ah, my leg, and then I went up to her and she stood up and was like, reach for the sky, and then it said reach for my weapon, and I aimed it and they all started shooting me and I just shot her in the fucking face. And for some reason my good citizen thing went down, which I don't understand. I was getting robbed, I was defending myself, but I shot her plumb in the face, bro. I think that's the first woman I've killed.
Somebody's head off with a shotgun?
Yeah.
Oh my god, dude, it's so brutal. And then you go back and look at them, and it's like, you can literally blow limbs off. Like, if you shoot someone in the leg, you can blow their leg off, and they'll bleed out.
Oh, I just think it's funny that if that was this game is a little sexist. If that was a man, nothing would have happened to my meter. I feel like because it was a woman, they're just like, oh, bastard. But anyway. How dare you kill somebody?
By the way, if you go on your map, RockLee, if you find a place of interest anywhere in the world, press L3 wherever you're at, and that places a marker down, so you can go back to them, and those markers don't get removed off the map.
Wowzers.
Yeah.
I need to go find the vampire. I might do that in the next playthrough, but I don't feel like doing it right now.
Oh, in Saint Denis.
And I still haven't found the house bear.
The house bear. Oh, you're talking about the. Oh yeah, I know which one you're talking about. Actually, that's right here on my map right now. I'm actually close to that. It is up north. I think it's. I want to say it's up there.
What are you playing, Graham?
Close to Coulter.
I guess she's playing Final Fantasy.
Any bit. RockLee.
Say what you want.
Careful.
But if a woman or a man uses a cry for help to take advantage over somebody, I think they deserve to get their head fucking blown off.
Yeah. Hey RockLee, be careful selling valuables, because certain valuables you can only find one time in the game world, and they're used to craft trinkets.
Joke's on you, I haven't sold a thing since I got here.
Good. Like, I would never, don't sell anything ever. Like, be sure to check what trinkets and talismans require. Attack the guards and stop. Okay.
I'm gonna be an evil motherfucker in the next game, I can't wait. I'm gonna watch a woman being chased by people on thing, and I'm gonna chase with them. No, I'm kidding. 37 degrees? Oh shit, I should have probably brought a coat. You know what, GTA, good on you. I was thinking I was going to get shot at if I walked into this Indian camp. But the movies in history have made these people look like that they're violent, and they're always like, get out my father! But you know what, they made it seem like that they're a peaceful people, and they're welcoming no matter what. Even though they have every right to shoot the fuck out of me.
Hello? Come in.
Just got me a new rifle. I'm so excited.
You don't sound very well. I'm not. I think I'm dying. And I hope you find peace. I don't know too much about peace. Apparently not. Did you have fun with my son, the impetuous prince? I believe you went on a raid with him. I'm sorry. I suppose I lack the grandeur of a conventional king. I don't know too many kings. Colonel Favors, he has already exacted some measure of revenge for the raid. 2 women were assaulted by his men.
about all of this.
Sometimes the correct path, the bravest path, is the least obvious, and also the gentlest. I'm a great disappointment to my son.
Your son seems to want a war.
My son thinks there is glory in death. Maybe he's right.
My next playthrough, when I'm a bad guy, I'm gonna have I'm gonna have one of those evil-looking mustaches and wear a black top hat and a black suit.
He saw death being handed out so freely by the most.
You know, the handlebar mustaches.
Yeah, they need to add more facial hair options and clothing options, I feel like.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping that they would have, like...
all black outfits.
Well,
A lot of dumb reasons, huh?
I'm trying to think, like... I wanted a poncho, because I wanted to make my character look like McCree. But they didn't have a poncho in this game, and they didn't have it in Red Dead 1. In fact, the only poncho that you can have is when you start the game, or when you start online and you're a Mexican. That's the only way that you can have a poncho, I think. Which I want a poncho, and I want... Oh, I basically just want to look like McCree and say it's high noon every time I use my my Deadeye. I wonder if that kind of inspired McCree. Was Red Dead Redemption? Because it's high noon works exactly like Deadeye. Like for high noon, you have to basically slow down your game and like aim correctly. With this, you have to slow down and aim correctly as well. And when you do that move,
I feel like Bats from Fallout was inspired by Red Dead. Like you said,
Vats. What came first, Vats or Deadeye?
Deadeye came first.
Glad I caught you, sir.
Gotcha.
Monroe, do you know my friend, Mr. Morgan?
No, sir. I don't have the pleasure.
Arthur Morgan.
It's an honor, sir.
How can I help you, Captain?
I was just in Saint Denis. I spoke with the mayor.
And well, it's just fun. Like, I think that the populace doesn't understand video games and how it's meant to be played. Like, so we've gone down a road to where it seems like like everybody's a bit more of a collector nowadays than a completionist or say a casual player. Like everybody, like video games are no longer, it's no longer a hobby to most people. It's now a way of life and a way to further your whatever. So when people get on video games to casually play, they're like, what the fuck does that even mean anymore? Like, there are so many people that cannot play a video game unless they have something to get. Like, you can't just get on and fuck around for a few hours. You have to get something out of it. So if you play for 40 minutes and get nothing out of that, that drives people insane, which is crazy. I'd rather spend 4 hours doing a raid for no reason and get nothing done than to get it done in an hour and then everybody get off. Like, the whole point of video games is get on and enjoy your time with friends. And if you feel the need that the only way that you can play a game is because you'll get something out of it, that honestly, it kind of sounds like a mercenary if you think about it. It's like,
I think our friend group is all guilty of that though, because I know back whenever, like, I'm guilty of it, you're guilty of it, Brett's guilty of it. Like,
yeah, but when it's your entire motif, then you've kind of lost the reason for playing video games.
Yeah.
Like, there's certain people I can't ask if they'll help me do something because they won't get anything out of it. It's like, I mean, you could just help me. Well, Brett does it too. And honestly, like you said, we're all guilty of it, but I don't try to make a habit of it when I do it. Especially, it's typically only games that I care about. But if I was helping Grim in Final Fantasy, I wouldn't care if I didn't get anything out of it, simply because it's not a game that I go on to like complete it. I go on it to play, just to play it. Oh, this native, God, like, what the fuck, horse? This Native American is teaching me things. He's like,
Talk if you want, Mr. Morgan, but don't feel like you have to. It's a beautiful ride ahead if you need some time to think.
Especially when I don't die to something.
How much you know about Dutch?
What just happened?
A little. Mostly what Charles told me.
yeah. And that game is, sorry.
The best man I knew.
Stacked on us right when the dude's doing a clean movie.
He's been unraveling
Oh,
for some
Jesus.
time now. I ain't sure there's
Oh,
any-
I honestly, I think that a lot of people that play that game are very toxic.
That'll have to wait. Some of the
Are you
And
talking about Final Fantasy or Destiny?
Final Fantasy. And what I mean by that is, it's like, they're so quick to tell you how stupid you are for making a mistake in that game, and it's just like,
I would.
yeah, if
would say
it's your
in
first
MMOs
time playing a raid, or your first time doing a dungeon, they will shit on you for it.
I would say MMOs because I'm very experienced with MMOs, and the fact that I used to play on PC and I used to play, you know, MMOs that you never even heard of, you know, like things like that. And I would honestly agree with you in the fact that people that play Final Fantasy are toxic. Not all people, majority, because they'll dog on you for picking a specific class, like something that they're like, oh, you picked that class, like, oh, we don't even want to play with you because you're not going to be of any use to us, or you're not going to be.
Gallahorn.
It's. Oh, okay. I've been playing Final Fantasy for a long time. I actually.
Yeah, Final Fantasy is pretty chill on the class that you use, except if you use White Mage, then you're redhead
I
stepchild.
played 14, and I think was it 12? I can't remember the one because Realm Reborn 14 is like a sequel. So I played the original.
Oh, that's good.
So.
But I think the
I
most
just remember-
toxic community has got to be Overwatch of the games I've played. Skylar, you haven't played it that much.
I have played Overwatch.
You haven't played it
I
that
know what
much.
You're talking about competitive was AIDS.
There are some steep turns up ahead.
Wait, what? Hold on.
That's who I used to play.
Hold on.
I used to play Overwatch with you.
Hold on.
Years ago. Don't talk about him much.
Oh, what was his name?
Isaac.
Holy shit.
His mother.
What?
Eliza.
What the f... Okay, this is some scandalous shit that's going on right now.
She knew who I was, what my life was.
Arthur has a son.
I couldn't keep, but said I'd do right by them.
Wait, stop here.
Had.
I want to pick some ginseng.
Yeah.
We can talk more.
Yeah.
Not with Mary, with someone named Eliza.
Yeah. You can continue to listen.
Oh, it's over now.
Did you say what happened to him?
He said that you couldn't lead the life that... Or Arthur couldn't lead the life that his baby mama wanted, and so he chose to not take him.
Okay, there's more to it then.
Well, we got
There's
to our
something else he said.
destination before I could hear it all, which is kind of a bummer that they do in this game.
Yeah, that kind of sucks. I mean, he might bring it back up, but I don't. If you beat the game without ever hearing, I'll tell you what happened. Because I got some dialogue that was similar to that, but I got a little bit more than what you got.
It'll help to keep your strength up.
Unless you want to.
All right, let's
wait.
go. It's not much further now.
I'll stop sharing my voice so that way I can tell you.
There you go.
I'd stop by there for a few days.
You sure? 'Cause I don't know if it's gonna tell you now.
Hold on, just you don't have to mute your voice. I mean,
Okay, so
hold on, it's
basically-
talking about right now.
Okay.
Saw two crosses outside. I knew right away. Turned out some bastards had come through. Robbed them. Shot them dead. And offered $10. Hardened me. Feeling that kind of pain. But I know now that you don't get to live a bad life and have good things happen to you.
I think you're being hard on yourself.
Maybe. All I can do now is try and make some things right.
Alright, he said that they robbed and killed both of them.
Yes, that's what I was gonna say. I was hoping that they would get a chance to talk to you about it because like that was before he met Mary, and like.
Yeah, he must have been a youngin.
Yeah. Well, I mean, in the game, he was like, what, 13 or 14 or 15 whenever he joined the gang, and he's been with the gang for, you know, I think they said something like 12 to 16 years.
20.
Like that, maybe 20, yeah, 20 years. So he's like in his late 30s.
He's 35.
I think there is much you can still do, Mr. Morgan.
I guess we're collecting herbs to heal my sickness. Well, or at least to slow it down. But yeah. But as I was saying, like, I've had people purposely sabotage the game because you pick their favorite player in Overwatch. And I mean, their biggest argument is that why do you care so much about the game that you care about a single loss? Because you honestly shouldn't lose your head over a loss because someone had to play a dickhead. But then you could say the same about him, like why is he throwing the game because he couldn't use his favorite player? Which I had one player switch to, like, we won the first round in a competitive match, but then he started throwing in the second match because he said that we weren't in the game chat. And he sent us a message saying game chat, game chat, game chat, and I just ignored him because there was 5 of us in a party. You know what I mean? So we weren't all just about to go to game chat just to talk to this one guy. And then he started throwing and we lost the game because of that. And I actually got into it with him and through messages. But it's just people like that drive me crazy. We had one kid who was trying to throw the game because he wanted to be a bronze tier. And it's just like, it was always so ridiculous to me that there are people out there that are like that. But the one that kills me the most is when you pick their player.
Like, I used to play Minecraft on PC, and like, that game, you would have some of the most two-faced people. Like, I remember playing, you know, on a server, and then like the server owner would like let this other player on, and he was fine for like the first couple weeks. But whenever you get on one day and everything you've worked on for months, you know, has been destroyed, and he stole all your items, and that can't be reversed because you're on a vanilla server, that is insanely annoying.
There must be some clues to up in here.
What is this? Did I find something? What is this?
Oh my god, Grim.
There goes that toxic personality. It comes out in all Final Fantasy players. I mean, it's shit time. I played it for a long, long time. No, because I got bored with it. The reason why I got bored with it though is because all my years playing MMOs, they aren't that much different from each other than graphics. I mean, I played frickin' World of Warcraft, I played Final Fantasy, Knights Online, there's one called Fairyland I used to play. I played Guild Wars 1 and 2, I played Black Desert Online, Terra. And of all the MMOs I played, they all feel the same.
I just honestly, like, the MMO genre is kind of...
Oh yeah, and I played Elder Scrolls as well. I played that. Yeah, I mean, the genre itself, like, it just seems like the problem that I'm having with MMOs is there's not enough substance. There have it where it's massive multiplayer online. Granted, yes, that's a ton of players logging in to play. But their game model is what's failing them. Like, if they could figure out a way to have multiple worlds, like, for instance, if a game company came out and was like, okay, we're going to put all this time into this game, it's going to be a 10-year development cycle, will have multiple teams designing multiple different worlds, like, and it was as in-depth as like a single-player title, with, you know, quests that NPCs can give you, and you can interact with those NPCs with other players. Figure out a way to do that to where it's like whenever you enter a server, rather than it being like 100 players on that server, have smaller servers, like smaller worlds, like a 32-man map where 32 people are on that server, but the map's interactable. Like you can interact with the NPCs, they can interact with you. That would be kind of more fun to me. Or even having an MMO where the game economy actually matters. Like, I've never played an MMO where the economy is actually affected by the choices of the mass. Like, if 1,000 players buy a specific item, that item should become more scarce. It's harder to come by or more expensive. Like, a lot of game companies have tried their hand at that, but none have really done it successfully. I think one of my favorite MMOs I played was Star Wars, just because it was Star Wars, and like to me that was awesome. And I think the way they handled their missions and things like that was actually really unique. It wasn't a bunch of fetch and grab quests, like most MMOs are. Like, I feel like Final Fantasy 14 had a lot of fetch and grabs, and a lot of grindy quests. To me, those aren't as fun because they're not. It doesn't share as much of the narrative. Like, there's a huge narrative in Final Fantasy 14, but it's not as accessible, I don't think.
I'll try to ensure that they never even know I'm there, but
what's this over here?
Actions don't always go the way you plan.
Bless you. I don't think that's a bless you moment, but whatever. I know what it is, huh? Is it salt because of all that rage? No, okay, I'm done. I don't think it's a bad one. I've only played like 3 of them, or 4 of them, but that one's alright. I think it's the best one out of the 4 though. Community, like, as far as like community is, like when you're not in a raid, they're actually very like communicative for the most part. When I play Elder Scrolls, I feel like I'm playing that game by myself. When I play Final Fantasy, I do feel like it's kind of a group effort, you know? But at the same time, I never really got that far in Elder Scrolls because it was kind of boring.
Like it. Yeah, but that's the problem though, is like that people need to work on and giving advice properly to where you don't come across as being an asshole. Like, people, instead of, you know, coming across a specific way,
what the fuck?
Coming across a specific way, they'll say what they have to say, as in like kind of an attacking, not an attacking way. It's hard to describe. I know what you're talking about, but I don't know. People come off as like they know everything about the game because they've been playing it, or they're like a little bit farther along, or they're better at the game. So when they give that advice, they think like, hey, you have to listen to me because I know what I'm doing, or I know what I'm talking about. Yeah, but like those are the, like, I can't play with players like that myself because like somebody who knows more about the game giving advice in a way where it's like, hey, do it this way. No, when have I ever given advice on something like that? No. If anything,
that's always me.
That's true, because I always like shut up. Yeah, I'm good at Crucible, but I'm not gonna tell someone how to play Crucible. I'm not gonna say like, hey, do it this way or don't play. You know? Name one instance and I'll believe you. I mean, Brett does that a lot.
That was alright, Stina. I may have alerted them all, but I beat them all up. I didn't kill a single one.
There's a difference between playing a game and joking, or like saying like, oh, I guess I'm the one playing the objective. That's not telling you what to do. That's like me saying, oh, hey, I got 7 captures, or hey, I got this. You know, that's not telling you what to do at all.
Yeah, and my ego's so strong. These guys could tell me exactly how to play, and I'd be like, you don't know how to play like I do. God, I'm a dick.
I know you are.
That's the only thing they can. That's the only that's the every time we play and they talk about my objective play, because that's the only ammunition they have. Because they look at those kills and are like, God, he's just so good. Can't use that against him.
RockLee, I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, you do get a lot of kills, but at the same time, it's like,
I'm not a good team player. I'm go off on my own kind of guy. Wreak havoc as hard as I can. I don't mind dying 20 times.
If I wouldn't have taken those long breaks from Destiny and back in year 1 or Destiny 1 or Destiny 2, I'd be right up there with you.
I mean, I'm not saying that you're not talented at the game. I'm just saying you'll never be as high. You'll never reach my level, Kakarot.
I don't know about that. I was at your level long ago. You're 2 D1.
Well, here I've always been the slow starter. Like everybody's always, Brett's always like started better than us, but he's always peaked.
Brett has never started better.
Okay, I'm just talking about things in general. I'm not talking about Destiny specifically. He's always been really good at the beginning, but then me and you have always risen higher and faster. But my peak's always just a little bit bigger than yours.
I don't know. That's your ego talking.
I mean, my gameplay backs it up.
Yeah, that's because you know-lifed the game a lot more than I ever did.
Because what?
You know-lifed the game a lot more than I ever did.
Well, either way. Oh, that's nice of you, Stina. She said I'm a god at the game, so. No, it's your fault, Stina. My ego is. No, I'm kidding.
I mean,
but no.
I'm not saying you're bad at the game, but I mean, I'm saying like if I would have kept putting in the time that you put into the game, I wouldn't be that far off of your skill level, because I was at your skill level when I stopped playing.
Sacred.
Thank you.
Thank you. Take those herbs I gave you, please.
My problem is, Trogdon, is that I'm like my mom. I'm good at everything, but I'm not great at anything. That's why when I hop on video games, I seemingly am good at all of them, but there's not a game that I can call my own where I'm just the best. But I take a lot of pride in Destiny. Tell me you're better than me at Call of Duty. Tell me you're better than me at Fortnite. Tell me you're better than me at anything but Destiny. I will go to the grave and say that I'm better than most.
Yeah, that's fine. I agree. You are in the top. You're in one of the higher tiers for sure.
I think I could beat Imtash. That's how good I think I am at that game.
I don't know about that one.
I will never be able to beat Sam though, and you kill him more than I do.
Yeah, I know, I kill Sam a lot, but that's just because my playstyle is different than your playstyle. He kills me a lot too.
My playstyle is aggressive. It's aggressive foreplay. You don't get a safe word when it comes to me.
I get a say for sure, because I know the type of player Imtash is. Like, I don't think any of our friends, even Sam, can beat Imtash.
I think Sam could beat Imtash.
I don't think so.
But I definitely think I could beat, like, I think I could beat the Jez and Mr. Fruit, definitely.
Jez is trash in comparison.
Jez is good. I could beat Mr. Fruit. Don't you even say it. Fruit would kill me in Call of Duty, but in Destiny I got him.
Monster, dude.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is, man. He is good.
You're stirring me up, boy. You're stirring me up.
Dude, he plays around now. Do you not remember back when he played competitive? Like, that dude was amazing.
No, I watched every video of his from Timbuktu to Kingdom of Nowhere, and he is not good at competitive play at all. He's always carried by Robbie, and that's not even saying that much. But in those, he's good at, he's like one of those agents of chaos, so to speak. The grittier it is, the better he is.
goddamn horse got spooked and run off. You hurt? Not too bad, at least. But he took my damn leg.
But I must stop just because my
That way, I think.
I'll get to a point where my ego will make me not want to talk to anybody, because I'll just be like getting on Destiny and proving myself.
When I lost it.
I'm just kidding.
Okay. Anyway, if you see an angry bastard of a horse with my wooden leg, I'd be real grateful. I'll bear that in mind.
What the hell? I just found a veteran.
I know the one game that I can call my own is Borderlands for sure.
Go right ahead.
I call that game my bitch. Like, I know everything about that game.
Yeah.
I've beaten every boss. I know every zone, like every weapon, how to obtain them. I'm the monster at that game.
I can't call any game my own. I can't even call Destiny 2 my own anymore. Simply because I don't know how to do anything in the game. Nor do I care to try to understand it, you know?
There's a lot of people outside my door talking. I wonder who they were. Oh, that's crazy. I got a bullet graze. Oh, who just shot me? Oh, get out of here.
Easy, boy.
You know what?
Easy. You're okay.
And I don't do like what you do, what you and Grim do. I think Grim does it. You'll like go online and like research stuff and like figure out cool secrets and stuff. I don't ever do that. I just play it and hope I find it.
I mean, I don't really research it so much as like, I don't know, I hear about it a lot quicker. I mean, like, the other people will talk about it, and then I'll hear about it, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool. And then
Maybe
for
for like Destiny or something, but for Red Dead, you definitely do it. Oh, what the fuck?
The only thing that I found out about was the glitch. Was that because that's everywhere.
You've been watching those videos, don't you lie to me.
Like, what else have I watched?
I don't know, but when we were talking about time spent on YouTube, I bet all of it was towards Red Dead. Dude, this is so fucking stupid.
Let me see what. I can actually tell you what I watch on YouTube. It's not even all Red Dead. A lot of it is, but it's not. I watch,
Oh, Jesus.
I watched a Folsom Prison video. I watched a handmade butcher's chopper restoration knife. Another knife, the rustiest knife in the world, be restored.
You know, I learned something yesterday that I never thought of. For Pokemon. So, I was watching this guy named Chugga Conroy, and he was playing Pokemon Black, and he did something that I honestly would never think of, and it's crazy that I wouldn't think of that just because I consider myself an intelligent person. But he decided to catch 5 of the same Pokemon in the beginning of the game and have them all learn the ability pick up, so they pick up random items that are better than, most of the time they're better than what you can get early in stage. And I never ever think to do that. And it's funny that people think of that just by, I don't know, maybe they just stand there and think about it, or maybe it just clicks instantly, but it never really does that with me sometimes. And I think that's just because I kind of tend to lack a bit of what is it called?
Intuitiveness?
Common sense. But I will say that I poured more effort into Skyrim more than any other game that I can, and I could honestly help. If I like wrote a guide on how to level up to like level 40 within like the first, I don't know, maybe 10 hours, I don't know, something like that, without glitches, then I think that people would probably be like, hey, that's not bad.
Yeah.
But
I'd say I put a ton of time into Skyrim too, like any of the Elder Scrolls game. I probably put more time into Skyrim than even Destiny.
But just a brief summary, what I do is that everybody I'm sure knows about this, and I'm sure everybody's going to be like, hey, I do that too, but I can confidently say that I came up with this just on my own, just from playing. It was my intuitiveness, as you put, that got me into this way, and this is how I run Skyrim just about every time I play it. The first thing that I'll do is I'll use the Thieves Stone in the first 3 stones, and I'll do the Companion's Quest all the way through, because once you do the Companion's Quest, you can take any companion with you, and they'll give you basically free lessons. And you know, you pay for the lesson. Then they're all basically legends or masters at it, so you can get it pretty high, and that's what I always do. Then after I do the Companion's Quest, hopefully by that time, then you have to have the Dawnguard DLC to do it, but there's a quest item that you can get if you do the Azerthin, I think that's what it's called, quest line. And if you end up finishing it, you can get a crown, which gives you the ability to hold 2 of those stones. And I always use the Lover Stone and the Thief Stone. And then once that happens and I make enough money, I'll go to Solitude. And I'll go to the Bard's Quest. And when you go to the Bard's Quest, or not the Bard's Quest, but when you go to the Bard's College, you can steal money from the guy that teaches you how to increase your speechcraft. And when you do that, you can just pickpocket him, so you're raising your pickpocket and your speech simultaneously. And plus with the Lover Stone and the Thief Stone, you're leveling it up even faster. And if you get well rested too, you can do that as well. So you're basically getting a 45% increase to your experience through pickpocketing. And that's just a high, and doing all that gets you basically to like level 30 or 40 within the first, I want to say 10 hours of the game at least.
I did something similar to that, but it wasn't how you did it. I just did, I went through doing the mages guild line, like quest line. I did that first, and then I did the companion second, because by doing it that way, all your magic abilities are probably the easiest to level up in the game. And along with that, any magic user will usually also need to use some form of like melee weapon. So I was leveling up my skills as I was doing. So I was doing sneak skills with my one arm, so I would use a dagger, and then I was primarily casting spells. Like my restoration, I maxed out, and like all my stuff, I pretty much my destruction, my restoration, my alteration, and my conjuration were all maxed out by the time.
I never did the magician stuff. To this day, I've never really been a spellcaster in any game I've ever done. Except for when I played Final Fantasy.
The Mage Guild, all my magic skills were probably close to being maxed out. So by the time I started my Companions Guild quest line, I was basically at the point where I could start just working on my one hand, my two hand, and like my heavy armor and all that. I basically found out a way of playing the game to where by the time I was done with those guilds, I was already maxed out working on my second reset of that skill, basically. Like, I have a... what level is he right now? I think he's like 178 character. Still, I don't know. I have to go download it and check, but it's pretty high level.
Yeah. But I think I put more time and effort into Skyrim than, other than Destiny, than any game out there right now.
There's just so many games that I put so much time into, like Minecraft, Borderlands, Skyrim, Destiny 1 and 2, but I don't know.
Sorry, when you said Destiny 2, it kind of made me laugh. Oh, no, I'm kidding.
I mean, you saw, man, like, I've always had that innate ability to come back and, like, power level myself.
Well, I think I had the same way up until this last DLC. Just because, simply put, like you said earlier, there's not a very good means of power leveling other than power gems. And that's all good and all, but basically it's just you playing, grinding, and like trying to get like it to drop from certain bosses, or the whatever the power engrams are. And
oh, the powerful engrams.
And doing you know, like daily stuff and weekly stuff. I think that's all good and all, but when you do that same thing every day, it tends to get boring to me, and I sat there and thought to myself, I don't have to be a high power level to complete this raid. But at the end of the day, do I even care to do the raid? Like, I didn't do the last 2 raids. And this last raid here is the 3rd, technically, raid. So the last 3 raids that I've done in Destiny 2, I did not do at that point. And I'm just like, what's even the point? I don't even care. I don't even care about the end game. I just wanted to go through the story. And the only reason I kept playing the game was because I like to be competitive with y'all, but to be honest, in a game that I don't really care that much of, it's kind of like Final Fantasy with Grim and Marie. Like, their levels are so high and they've done so many stuff that honestly I just don't really care to catch up. And that's how it was in Destiny. You guys got a higher power level than I did by playing together and figuring out what you had to do to get a higher power level. And simply put, you guys basically got to an area that I'm like, I'm never going to be able to catch up to this. I mean, once you guys get to 5 or 600, I might get to 600 eventually. But there's no like physical way that I could get to the higher level than y'all are, save putting time into it because you guys stopped playing it right now. But then I kind of thought, is it really that big a deal to be the same power level as y'all? Because the raids don't require you to be 600 light to beat it. Yeah, it'll make it easier, but a competent team... But a competent team is basically good enough to win regardless of your light level. I mean, they probably didn't want you attempting that raid until you're about 580 or 590, but the people were 560 and 70 when they beat the raid the first time.
Yeah, I mean, like, the first time I went through the raid, I was in the 560s, and like I made it to the 3rd encounter. I mean, I just got bored with the game. Like, I didn't have anybody to really play. Like, there was plenty of people to play with, but they were.
It didn't help that like 3 new games came out to play.
It's not even that. Like, I was searching for a new game to play. I got tired of playing Destiny.
Yeah,
because
Destiny didn't have any competition.
It was so inconsistent. It was so inconsistent. Like, you'd play a game in quick play, and then you'd have fun, and then the very next game, it's like, this isn't fun anymore. Like,
well, my thing is that Destiny 1 didn't have any competition save GTA or Overwatch. I feel like there are so many games out right now that are better than Destiny 2, because if you think about it, Destiny 2 is still a whitewatered version of Destiny 1 in my opinion, but that might just simply be a fact of nostalgia, or it was briefly new, you know, and we were still getting into it. But now there's Red Dead, Call of Duty, Overwatch is still around, Fortnite's out. There's so many games that kind of left Destiny in the dust, if you ask me, and I think that's why we don't typically play it anymore, is because we have other things to do.
Yeah.
Back when Destiny 1 was out, it simply was the only game to play.
Hey, RockLee, on Red Dead, pull up your map, and there's a cabin. It's above the Little Creek River by Wallace Station. You see that? On your map.
I want you to have this.
It's above where it says West Elizabeth, where it says West. Go north. There's a river right there. It's called Little Creek River. And then above that, if you zoom in, it says Watson's Cabin in cursive.
And what is it?
Watson's Cabin. Go there.
Who's Watson?
A random name. I don't even know who that belongs to, but...
Clay. It belongs to Clay Watson. Oh, let me love my doggy for a sec. Hey, my puppy. My puppy.
They need to let us have dogs in Red Dead. Like, I wonder how they're gonna do, like, houses and stuff like that. Like, if Red Dead Online comes out and I'm not able to buy a ranch, I'm gonna be so mad. I want a ranch.
And be a farmer?
Yes. I think that's a little ambitious, honestly, but it does sound cool. I mean, GTA Online, you could buy houses and stuff. Like, I don't see why not.
I never really played that.
Come on, let's go. Let's go where?
Play GTA Online? What are you talking about?
Today is a great day, Orson. Today is the day they are going to
You owned a house in GTA Online. You owned an apartment.
Yeah, I like everything about Sadie except her voice actor. She seems like she looks like a 20-year-old who's been drinking liquor for 40 years.
Actually, it's not Watson's cat. Never mind. Wait.
Oh man, my character needs a shower or bath. Bath. Wait, why did he just throw Sadie into the bathroom or in that room? Maybe she's changing. I don't know. Maybe she's changing. She's the real MVP of this game, if you ask me.
Sadie's my baby mama. Love that woman. I kid you not, I love Sadie.
Grim, she's a blonde who probably has daddy issues. This is the West. I haven't checked yet. She's basically a male. She drinks, she smokes, she curses, and she shoots people. There ain't no ladylike in her. I refuse to believe that there are women called Annabelle. Annabelle is designated for two things: a spider or a cow.
I'm about to go and make Han Solo. I'm gonna make my guy look as much like Han Solo as I can, RockLee. Send you a picture of him.
You do that.
I will.
You gotta do the haircut and beard too. They were like thereof.
I don't know if I can do the haircut.
Or make him look like Peter Quill.
I don't think you have the. Well, you might be able to because you got the red jacket.
Xenos. I'm gonna make my character look like Michael Jackson in the online. No, I'm kidding. I'm probably gonna make a chick depending on what she looks like, what we can make her look like. Because if she looks like a GTA chick, then it's not gonna make it. But that's only gonna be like an alternate character. My main's gonna be a male.
Yeah, my guy's gonna be a male.
Simply because beards is the best part about GTA and all that stuff. Like, women are kind of like, what's the word I'm looking for? Simplistic, thoughty. No.
You made a chick in GTA just so you could stare at her ass when you played.
Let me think. No. I mean, yeah, but I also made a chick because I like strong women's. Respect women.
I mean, I respect women as much as the next guy, but you know what? Like, if I'm a male, I'm not gonna go online to an online game and make a woman character, because it's deceiving. If not for your gamer tag, I would have thought you were an actual female gamer. And most people do that on online games, and there's actually been polls done for MMOs specifically, where male players would make female characters pretend they were female just so they can get advantages, because other male players tend to give them free shit. Because they're like, oh, you're a female, I want to play with you.
I think that speaks more about the male populace than it does that player.
Yeah, I mean it does, but at the same time, like, that player that's taking advantage because they know other male players are weak-minded.
I think that makes him a sociopathic mastermind, but that still makes him a mastermind.
What it is it's in a sense, it's inequality in gaming, because males. Wait, what the hell? Okay,
I think it's honestly been a thing that we've had this whole entire time. That's called chivalry.
That's not chivalry. To try and impress a girl because they're a gaming girl.
Maybe impress, of course, but no, I mean just simply being nicer to the opposite gender.
That's not what it is, though. That's not what it is. I would never sit there and give a chick honestly, like, I would never give them in-game money. I would never give them my rare items because I'm trying to impress them enough to, like, become best friends with them. So maybe one day.
Oh no, I impress people with my skill.
That's lame. Like,
No, I've never given a woman anything in the video games. I've only been nicer to them.
Yeah, but like, I don't know. I feel like anytime
Yeah, Grim does give me shit.
if I play with a female player, like I expect them to be on the same level. I don't see them any differently. Like I feel like if they're good at a game, they're good at a game. If they're better than me at a game, they're better than me. Like I see like I used to play Call of Duty all the time with girls that were way better than me. Like there's streamers now that are way better than me. Like that whole
Name one. No, I'm just kidding. No. Okay.
Pokimane is way better than me at most games.
I don't know who that is, but I don't know who Pokimane is.
Still good though. Well, yeah, that's because you know, keeps it relevant, I guess. I don't know.
Is there a reason why that is with some women? Not that they feel ashamed about that stuff or nothing like that, but I just mean like, is it like I don't know if like no most women are like pimply or anything like that or wrinkly when they don't have their makeup on, but I have seen some women that look like that, and it always makes me wonder, is it like heating habits or is it like just a thing that women can't control, you know? Ah. That's funny. I'm gonna look up Pokimane. Is it M-A-N-E? Well, I mean, she's pretty, but she's not like gorgeous. She ain't no Zoe Zeldaga. Jessica Negri. I know she's not really a streamer though.
Alright, so we got the black bag.
It's really hard streaming all day, because then I feel bad if I pause my game to go do something. That's why I like Miss Sayanella. She does playthroughs like Zelda and Pokemon, but she's like a completionist and stuff like that, and she doesn't have a face cam, so nobody's going to like ogle over her, you know, with the way she looks. I mean, she's attractive like in a very cute way. I would definitely date her, but she's not like gorgeous, you know what I mean? Like, what's that one chick you like so much, or that you said that you think's pretty? I can't remember her name. She's the brunette who always like cosplays as the Tomb Raider. I think it starts with an M.
I don't know.
God, I cannot remember her name. Yeah, one sec. Gamer girl that cosplays as Tomb Raider.
I have no idea who you're talking about.
Cosplay, that's what I put. What's her name? Bless you. I can't remember her name. I swear it's like, it starts with an M. I swear it's like Megan something. But either way, like if you look up Miss Sayanella and see her face, like she's pretty, but she doesn't use the way she looks to like play the game or to like market her brand. She just plays the game, and that's why I have a lot of respect for that kind of black person. Oh, let me see if I can. Okay, yeah. I'm gonna send you a picture, Trogdon. And her life is like very private. Like, she hasn't given out her real name, and there's this guy that she streams with sometimes or plays video games with. She actually plays with Chugga Conroy a lot, and whether they're dating or not, we don't know. even though they always say stuff like this gift is from us or whatever like that. We don't know because they don't have their life public like some of these women do. You know?
I don't know who you're talking about.
I don't remember
I'm sure
her
that's
name.
not Brett. I don't really know of a cosplayer that cosplays as Tomb Raider.
Well, I have her liked on my Facebook. Let me see if I can find her.
I don't know who you're talking about.
One sec.
Who's this you sent me a picture of?
That's Miss Sayanella.
I don't know who that is.
Oh, well, I didn't figure you would. She's not super popular on YouTube, but she has like, I think like 80% or 80,000 followers at least. Lol. My likes, let's see. I don't remember ever liking Caleb Fulton, but whatever. Oh. Okay.
Yeah, it's because fucking, I know for sure I didn't like, what was that guy's name?
Is he popular? Yeah.
I didn't like him, but...
Melanie Mack is her name.
Oh yeah, I mean I like Melanie Mack, but I don't love that woman. Like I
didn't say that you loved her. I was just saying like that one woman that you knew of. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying she's like really cute, but like, you know, she's not like Sniper Wolfing the fuck out of us, if you know what I'm saying.
Melanie Mack is way prettier than Sniper Wolf.
She's prettier, but let's be honest, Melanie Mack is hot, or not Melanie. Sniper, yeah, because she looks hot.
That's you think like that whorish look is hot? That's weird.
I think it's hot. I don't think it's beautiful. I think it's hot. Like there's a difference between beauty and sexy.
See, like I can't look. I think that look that Sniper Wolf comes off across is like bitchy and almost like.
Well, that's because it's gonna make people notice and look at her. Like that's her fucking brand. If she's like that in real life, that's one thing. You're. Well, would you rather screw a trash can or would you rather screw her?
I wouldn't want to touch her with a 10-foot pole. She looks like she'll give me a disease.
She thinks she has. Wow, you're just being very judgmental right now.
No, I'm serious.
She's like, in my stream right now, you douche.
No, she's not.
I'm just kidding.
Looks like somebody from Greenville or Quinlan, Texas.
I'm just saying, you can't say somebody's trashy just because they have a lot of attention.
No, that's not why I'm saying it at all.
Hold on, they're about to execute Calm. Even though I have nothing against him, and if it gives me the okay, if he's dead, he's dead. But if they give me the option to shoot his thing down.
Okay, so Graham, the reference I was referencing was there's these two towns nearby where me and RockLee are from, where we went to high school, and there are girls that are out there that are very trashy looking. Like they dress very slutty, and they do their makeup and hair.
Well, they do that on purpose, so thirsty men will get online and view them. It's a whole. It's like. It's just using what they do to get what they do. That's just simply what it is.
One of the reasons why I think she's like super skanky. Like she knows what she's doing to most of the male populace, and they're dumb enough to fall into it. And like I said, she wears too much makeup.
It's all for the thing, man. She's gonna get. It doesn't matter. It's going to get her views on YouTube, which is going to give her money. That's all it's for. Like, I'm just saying, like, you can call her a whore, but, like, don't truly judge somebody until you see them as a person.
It's hard to see her as a person when she's doing what she does.
Well, that's because that's all you've seen her as, is a YouTuber.
I don't know. You're defending her
Just-
like she's your best friend.
I'm not. I'm just saying I don't think you should judge a chick just because of something you're saying. That's like saying PewDiePie is a shitty person because of the way he acts on YouTube, when that's not who he is at all in real life.
But PewDiePie has said some things.
We've all said some things.
I know he's made like some jokes like leaning more towards like Nazism, so like the Nazi party, and that wasn't cool.
Well, it's not cool, but people are gonna eat that shit up, and it's gonna benefit everybody, especially people that are against him. So,
I mean, last I checked, whenever he made that joke, it almost destroyed his YouTube career. Almost,
yeah, but that's because people have been plaguing PewDiePie as an enemy, as a non-conventional entity that nobody truly understands, because they would rather see him on a pike than actually view and watch his content. They see him as unstable and this crazy guy, when they don't realize is that he's one of the nicest people you'll ever meet.
Alright, so I made my guy look like Han Solo.
You know Rhett and Link?
Yes, I love those guys.
He was on a video with Rhett and Link one time, and he was the nicest, most like mature person there. He was not PewDiePie at all. He was not acting crazy. But people will try to benefit off of people's craziness. That's why you only see the bad part of something unless you truly watch them or know them. And I'll defend. I'm not defending Sniper Wolf to a fault like she's my friend. I'm just saying it's like it's better to not view what you see on YouTube and get your own opinion. I'm not saying you ever will. I'm just saying like it's no point.
Look at this.
She ain't worth it, Arthur.
Oh shit, I got another message from Murray.
My dear Arthur,
I'm gonna send you a
you never
screenshot of what my
showed
guy
up.
looks like.
And now, after looking at the newspapers, I understand why. I don't imagine you'll receive this letter, but I nonetheless
Dang,
must
she's got
say,
some pretty handwriting.
Arthur. Oh, Arthur. I was just starting to dream the silliest and softest of dreams.
There you go.
I miss you, and I will always miss you.
1, 2. There we
But
go.
I cannot live like that. And it seems you cannot live any other way. When I'm with you,
You're excused.
the world makes sense.
Oh, my horse
but
needs a brushing.
when we are apart,
Yeah, but you should put the boots in the pant legs though. Or no, he doesn't do that, does he? Never mind.
No, he wears his boots on the outside.
I'm so sorry for everything.
The only thing I think I'm gonna change is the shirt. Make it to where it has a collar. Because sometimes, because you can't open the vest up, unfortunately. If you could open the vest, that would be a lot better.
Arthur. But he is wrestling with a giant. And the giant.
And I need to grow the hair out just a little bit longer than what it is.
You've broken my heart again. And I fear I have broken yours. And for that, I will never forgive myself. But you must let me go now. I enclose a ring you gave me many years ago, when we were both young. Not because I don't like it, but because I care for it far too much, and it reminds me too much of you. I hope one day you will find some people in love who can use this, for it kept me thinking of you all these years.
Nah,
And I
the
hope
Union
by
ship probably
returning
looked
it
the
to
best.
you, I can finally be free. Goodbye, Mary.
Oh, that's sad.
What is?
Mary sent a goodbye letter to us, and she's never gonna know that we're dying.
Like a goodbye letter? What are you talking about?
A goodbye letter.
Oh, Mary. You keep saying Marie. I'm like, who's...
I said Mary. What the fuck?
You said Marie like 3 times, dude.
I said Murray the first time. Then I said Mary the second and third time. You guys just need to get your earballs out of your head.
That's a lie.
You're a lie. You're a guilty lie. I can smell it. Why are you crying, Yui? Is it because of that? That's funny.
Modify.
How do I get this? I say I'm dirty, dang. Alright, should I do a Micah mission? Or should I do a Eagles Flies mission? Wait, Dutch has convinced Eagles Fly to take action against the military. God dang it, Dutch! He's just trying to be peaceful. What's this? What's Micah's? Steal a wagon of explosives from the... Alright, we'll go just do Micah's because it's right here. But don't let that distract you. Don't let that distract you from the fact that Ash is a complete ripoff of Widowmaker. Whoa!
I'm just gonna continue on.
And that they're...
My life is Han Solo and Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah, it is. Okay, but be sure to be more of a smuggler and a charismatic person than a killer and an outlaw.
I mean, I always play. I haven't played this game as a killer yet, dude. I play this game more as a.
Because you a wuss, you a softy.
Not softy. I just don't like making
I think it just makes more sense for you to be the good guy in this game, just because what it leads to.
It just leads to a better ending, I think.
Well, it's better if it makes you want. People are gonna pick the good person because they want to root for the hero. They don't want to root for a villain. They say that for online.
I want my legacy to be remembered for the good things that I've done, not the bad. That's why I always play as a good person. Because I feel like the way I play in video games is a reflection on who I am in real life. Some players
okay,
don't do
Kirito. I'm just kidding.
Does Kirito say that?
Kirito says that there's no difference between the real life and the video game world. Like, people are gonna act the way they are in a video game, regardless of, or because it's who they are, not because they're playing a video game. But no, I get it. I'm just messing with you, Trogdon. I think that's a good way because I always pick a good guy or a good guy too. No, Kirito says that if you're good in a video game, it's because you're a good person. If you're bad in a video game, it's because you're a bad person. Like, there's no if, ands, or buts.
Though. There's some players that will...
Well, we know, but that's what Kirito thinks.
Really evil.
That's why Kirito's stupid, and he's the dumbest protagonist in anime history. Well, besides Goku.
Right.
Oh shit, I just realized that Stina's character's name is Yui, and she's about to fucking go to work with me when it's because I'm talking about Yui's father. But what, Graham? Sword Art Online? Oh.
Was you followed? Excuse me? Was you followed?
Whoa, you take that back.
Do you know who you're talking to?
I ain't sure. I ain't sure about much no more. All I know is there's long...
Funny. I watch .hack and I like .hack, but no.
My favorite part about Sword Art Online. Did you guys watch Gun Gale? Did you watch Gun Gale?
Yeah, Gun Gale Online.
Well, okay, Stina gave me the go-ahead. But basically, in Gun Gale, Kirito doesn't want to do the mission that they gave him because he said Gun Gale is full of pro players. Like, if you play Gun Gale, you're a pro player. Like, that is an elitist game. Then he goes into Gun Gale and proceeds to shit on everybody.
We gotta confuse him one last time. Then he and I will head to
Because he's a great player.
Because he's better than pro players. But he says they're pro players, even though most of them just stand still shooting instead of, like, actually flanking. And the only ones that are actually really decent are Death Gun and that one chick. But Stina gave me the go-ahead to talk shit about Kirito. But yeah, I think Kirito is garbage. I think he's a shittier carbon copy of Guts from Berserk. And he is not the Black Swordsman.
Even though Berserk came out after? It makes sense.
Berserk came out after. What do you mean? Berserk was a show back in the 80s.
You could do with a vacation. Hmm?
Please tell me you're not talking about that filth that's on Crunchyroll right now.
All right.
80s or early 90s?
Hold on.
Marcus says we should jump it as soon as it comes through Van Horn.
Berserk then versus now.
No,
like a carbon copy of Guts.
Yeah. They even have the same plot line in Alfheim. Basically.
Yeah, it was like 89, 92. But it was a magazine.
It's a manga.
Yeah, but its origin was from a magazine.
So, your argument was that Sword Art Online did it first.
You hear about Dutch killing Cornwall?
Well, that needed to be done.
Right now?
But the anime was aired in the early 90s. The first anime. They have a newer anime now. But that anime is so dookie.
Either way, Sword Art is not dookie. What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the new. I'm talking about the new Berserk anime is doo-doo.
I would say you're high.
I don't think that the anime is dookie, but there are moments that are so dookie to that game that it puts me to sleep.
So I was thinking, you go play dead.
And it's just so weird, like
I'll take care.
I think you're just into more action-packed anime.
I'm just into not stupid beliefs. Like Kirito says, there's no difference between video games and the real world. They take their strongest character, Asuna, and make her into one of the baddest characters in the entire show, to a damsel in distress who does nothing, and then to the third season being nothing but a worry ward at the side of his bed.
Okay, but you gotta think though.
And then
who was she up against though as the damsel in distress? You're looking at the creator of the game. Like, what else are you like? Even
he's
if
not the creator of the game. He's just a guy who hijacked like 200 bodies because he was a developer on the game.
He's the creator of the game.
The creator of the game is Akihiko. Wait.
Yeah, and that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the first
Kayaba.
season. I'm not talking about the other guy. Now, the first guy, he put essentially she rose up as one of the elite players, but he allowed that. Everything that happened in the first season,
Who allowed it?
Kayaba did.
Oh, okay.
Kayaba.
Kayaba had nothing to do with Suga or whatever his name was. Sugo, whatever I can't remember.
Yeah, he had everything to, I mean, he didn't think of him as being able to do what he did, but Sugo in the second season, when he got the power to buy out the remaining portions and capture those other 200 players hostage, what else are you gonna do whenever you have admin rights? And
yeah, I'm not faulting Sugo. I'm faulting the path that the writers decided to go.
I mean, I liked it. I mean, it took Asuna out of the picture
and then
allowed more focus to be on Kirito.
Then their most developed character became nothing but harem bait for Kirito's little posse. I'm talking about God, what's her name? Sinnoh. She was like some chick who decided. Sorry. She was some chick who had PSD from killing a man when she was a little 6-year-old. And then she goes onto the game and gets, through Kirito's actions, she's able to basically cure her PTSD. And then she ends up becoming basically just one of his side whores who do nothing but stand in the background and talk about how great Kirito is.
I mean, one thing about that though, PTSD can be, I wouldn't say cured, I mean, because it can be cured, but there are many different triggers to what can cause PTSD to go away by facing what happened, by coming into grips with it, and, oh, this guy's actually blind.
I'm just saying, like, she was a way better character when she was developing through that than she is now. I'm not saying people with PTSD are better than if they don't have it. I'm just saying that for this particular instance, when they gave her character development and then basically threw her in a lockbox and didn't talk about her again. Remember how Vegeta in Dragon Ball Z, just an example. Remember how he always comes back and he's always one of the vocal center points? That's the thing. Like, I'm not going to say Dragon Ball Z is one of the best animes of all time, but they have multiple main characters. And in this case, it all falls backseat to Kirito, which is fine, but when you're writing when you're going a certain direction where you're basically going to introduce Sinnoh as this main character and then basically make her not only take a back seat to the main character but basically make her nothing, you're basically yaunching the fucking
I don't think Sword Art was ever about introducing these other characters as main characters. That's never what it was about. The whole point of Sword Art was to introduce these characters, give them some fleshed out backstory, show
and then put them part of his harem,
have them join the gang. And then, basically, for me, Sword Art was more of Kirito, what's going on in his life, how he interacts with his friends, and then also Kayaba. Like, even though he's not around, I think of, okay, this is happening now in the series. What was ultimately, like, it makes you think about his intentions and what he really thought. There's a lot more backstory and, like,
What was Akihiro? What was Kayaba's? What was his intentions with Sword Art Online?
His intentions was to create a perfect world. His intentions were to create a world where he.
I mean, more specifically, what was his point for killing off everybody, or for killing so many souls? Exactly, because he forgot.
There wasn't.
That's the dumbest thing about that show, is that all this pent up, and you're wanting this final bit. You want it to basically tell you what was the reason for this psychopath and why did he do this.
Why does the Joker want to watch the world burn? Why does he want to watch the world burn?
Because he had a bad day.
No, it's not because he had a bad day. He has no reason for it. He just wants to
Well, he doesn't have a reason for it, and that's what makes him truly terrifying. But in this case,
what's the difference between him and Kayaba?
Because Kayaba doesn't remember why he wants to do it. He just did it.
It's the same thing at that point.
No,
he may have had a reason at one point, but now that he doesn't have a reason,
because
it's like
he was driven into badness because he had to create this game, even though there were plenty of glitches, and he wanted to hide it. The fact that he developed a bad game, instead he played it off. No, I'm just kidding. That was the abridged form, but it was.
I think Kayaba, his intentions were that he wanted to create a perfect world where he was in control. And then once he created this world, he realized that in the real world, why are certain things certain ways? And he wanted to prove to mankind that, hey, you know.
Well, now you're just giving him. Now you're just giving your opinion, like.
That's what I just said. That
I know. No, let me finish. Let me finish. But you're just. I think you're just going into it a little bit more than you should, because there's no way that's the case. You know what I mean?
Well, that's my opinion of what he was thinking. Like. There's no way, like, I think he started to question existence of, like, why things are the way they are, you know? Because why else would you create a perfect world where you ultimately, in some sense or fashion, created a way for you to become immortal? Because in Sword Art, he's forever existing. Like, he has some presence in that universe, no matter what.
I agree with that, but then he went and made himself, like, basically the Lord Commander, and that I think that makes it go from wanting a perfect world to just basically wanting his own perfect world where he can be the sole main character. If he wanted a perfect world, he could have just been a side bitch and did nothing, but he had to be the main villain, and I just think that's what it ultimately boiled down to, is that he wanted a world where he could play God, and that's just what it came out to.
It could have also been he wanted to see if he could create this perfect world where he had all the power and see if it was still possible for someone to pass him or to beat him.
Perhaps, but I don't try to. And this is me being dramatic and trying to be funny, so I don't like to speculate the minds of a madman, or
I think that's
try to understand the mind of a madman.
That's one of the reasons why that show is so captivating to me, is because, like, I'm seeing it from all these point of views, and I'm trying to figure out what each person is going through and what they're thinking and their processes. And then the same thing for like Attack on Titan. Yes, that show has a lot more action and it's an amazing anime, but again, like, there's some backstory there that you're like, why do they think the way they think? Why are they doing this?
I just like that anime because it's unpredictable. Like, there's a lot of questions that need to be answered, and they're very good at answering questions, but then making it make more questions, and it's just like, oh, I gotta keep following this story because I need to know what's going on. And it also gives you that like, I could just go read the manga and understand what's going on, but if you have that patience, you'll wait, you know, and it just adds more to the problem, or adds more to the whole oh shit once it's revealed, I guess that's what I'm trying to say. But I used to like Sword Art Online a lot, but the more I read into it, the more I just kind of started to dislike it, and there's nothing wrong with you liking it, I just can't call it a good anime. I can call it an okay anime, I can't call it one of the best animes though.
Whoa. I wouldn't say it's one of the best, but it's a great one.
I think that first season was amazing. The true, like, you know, the whole thought of like, if they die in the video game, then they die for real. I think that anime should have ended after the first season, but then they brought back Alfheim and Gun Gale, and it just got dumber and dumber to me.
Well, you should wait for this next season. Like, if you've read the manga,
I mean, I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it with an unbiased opinion, but I'm not gonna expect it to be as good as it was the first season.
This next one, actually, I think is better than the first.
And I just really dislike Kirito. I really do.
I don't know. I think he's an awesome hero. One of my favorite animes of all time, though, and I think it's probably one of the best, is Brotherhood. Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood is one of the best. Easily.
One of my favorite seasons of anime is the Black Tournament and Yu Yu Hakusho.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Hey, it's Marston.
Really does think he's in charge.
John Marston.
I need to speak with Arthur. Good work, son.
What's going on?
Listen,
I
know we ain't always seen eye to eye, and you find me irritating and a threat, and I like to annoy you. But right now, I need better from you, Arthur.
Okay, Micah. Whatever you say.
I ain't the bad guy you think.
Oh wow, Micah thinks he's in charge.
I am a survivor.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I hate that guy so much.
Oh, the bridge is probably a two-man job. You should probably go help Marston.
Why don't you?
Like I said, Dutch and I got planning to do for the train. There's a big...
I think I'm starting to understand why Micah is not in the first game. Because he's gonna probably be the final boss.
And you also already know why Arthur's not.
Yeah.
Okay, girl.
But on it, if you like think about it, what are you more into, certain TV show / anime plots or video game plots?
I would say video game plots for sure. I feel like video games tell better stories than animes. I feel like in anime they're able to express emotion a lot more, but like when I finished playing this game, I was like, oh my god, that was such a good game. Like the story and everything. Like they're able to tie so much into it.
By the way, Trogdon, thanks for listening to my viewpoints and not telling me that they're dumb.
Well, I'm not Brett. I love Brett.
I'm glad you knew what I was talking about. But no, real talk though, like I love anime. There's a lot of animes that I'll fight to the death for, Dragon Ball Z, but I don't know what it is about Sword Art Online. I think that it's like, I think that the main
I think your expectations for it were a lot higher than what they were able to provide you.
Well, also I think that the which it's perfectly fine, but I think that, what is his name? Akihiko
Kaiba?
No, God, what was his name? Reki Kawahara. I think that he has a bit of like a superior complex, and I think he puts his heart and soul into Kirito because he wants that life. Like, I think he wants to be the cool guy who all these women follow, all these people follow, and I think he can get that out of Kirito.
I don't even think that that's who Kirito wants to be, because never does he ever state that.
Maybe
right?
not, but he is very egotistical.
Yep.
I don't even think he has an ego. He has a very laid back.
Have you watched?
Attitude.
Have you watched Sword Art Online, the abridged series?
I don't want to watch the abridged series because I don't feel like other people's take on the anime is factual. Like that's just their opinion. Again.
Well,
like
no, you gotta give it at least a look because they do really. I think they are better story builders than the original person who made. Now I think like the events that happen in the story are better, but the characteristics, the overall development is so good. And the reason I say that is because a brief spoiler, like Kirito starts. Okay, so the truth is that major gamers are going to be more a bit of introverts, and they're not going to really see interaction with other people that big a deal when they can just find entertainment in their own way. And when Kirito starts this game, he goes in thinking that he's a god and everybody's beneath him. But he really starts to character develop in the abridged series, and it all starts with Sachi, and he never forgets about Sachi like he does in the anime. Like, I just think it's a really good look, and you should give it.
In the anime, he never thought he was a god or that he was better than
No, but that's the point. Like in the abridged series, he does think of himself as a god, but he's more upfront about it. And
I just think the way you're describing him, that makes him relate more to you. That's why you liked it.
No, I don't think I'm a god.
You do. You just, if you rewind your stream, you said it like 5 times about Destiny 2.
No, it was Stina who said I'm a god at the game.
You also said it.
I said I would say that I would defend my skill at the game. I never said I was a god at the game.
So you're gonna sit there and tell me right now that you've never said you've been a god at Destiny 2? Ever?
I didn't say it in the last moments that transpired.
Have you ever said it about yourself?
You've said that you're a god at Destiny.
No, I'm asking. No, I have not. I've never said that.
I'm just saying, don't accuse me of something that you haven't said either.
I'm asking you a question. I've never said it because I know I'm not better than you. So why would I say
I've never meant that I'm a god at a game. I may have said it in the heat of a moment because I was feeling powerful at the game, but I do not for 1 second think that I am a god at this game.
Well, that's my point, though. Is again, like that relates more to you. The way that
okay, well, I'm not going to be the only one who's going to enjoy this abridged. It's a fun little thing that I watched and I enjoyed a lot, and knowing your personality, I think you would enjoy it a lot too. If you don't like it, you can tell me to shove my opinion up my ass, but I'm simply opening this up for you to watch because I think you would enjoy it. That is the only thing I'm getting out of this.
Yeah, you get down, boy.
Because I could care less if you want to watch it or not. I just think you should watch it. Especially if you are a fan of Sword Art Online, you should give it a look-see. I don't see why you wouldn't want to know or watch as much about Sword Art Online if you enjoy it so much.
I do, but like, I don't feel like if anything's not official, like if it doesn't come from the people that created the series, I don't want to watch it because that's not canon.
Well,
like,
don't watch it.
Canon, I don't enjoy stuff.
Don't watch it for discovering new ideas. Watch it for the simplistic fact that it is entertaining.
Yeah, but you may find something entertaining that I don't, though.
Well, we find a lot of things entertaining. Can't you trust my opinion of entertainment to at least give it a look-see? I do that for you all the time.
Like what?
Oh shit, I didn't think you called me out. Now I gotta think about it. But seriously, you should definitely give it at least a look-see. And the episodes get better and better the more you watch it. So yeah.
Like I tried to watch Yu-Gi-Oh! Bridge and like I enjoyed that, but it's not serious. Like it's not.
Well, that was
it's
before
not anime that I like.
That was the first abridged series back when it was just a mess. Now it's like a lot more thought out and well played than it ever was in the Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged.
It's still a joke to me though.
But you might find something more than a joke if you watch it. And didn't you introduce me into a game and I started playing the fuck out of it because I took because you told me about it and I started playing it for you because you told me about it?
Though. That's 100% different.
How?
Because like I said before, right?
Because it's canon?
It's a new game. Yeah, I want canon content. Like if I want to continue watching something about something I love, I want it to be official. I want it to be something that's a continuation, not something that's a retelling of other people's opinions about the thing that is was created by the people that made the thing that I love, you know? Like, so like, for instance, if Seven Deadly Sins had an abridged series, it's not the same thing to me. Why would I watch it when I'm like, oh, I've already seen this, and I already know what's supposed to happen or what they're supposed to say? Like, that's just not interesting to me.
Well, you could say the same thing about Dragon Ball Z. Or sorry, that's not a good example. What about like Star Wars and its extended universe? Like it's a canon in its own right. Like these Sword Art on a Bridge.
Okay, but Dragon Ball or canon in its own right. Universe. Their expanded universe wasn't a retelling; it was a continuation. If a Bridge came out and they had their own animators and told their own stories, instead of just redoing the voiceovers, I'd probably watch it.
Yeah, but see, it's a retelling of its own canon, like, and that's what I'm trying to get at, is that I'm addressing the canon part. Yes, Sword Art on a Bridge will never be canon in the Sword Art Online series, but to its own right, it's its own canon, and it might be a retelling of its own story. But so is, I don't know, anything else that you can enjoy, like James Bond, or I don't know, something else of that matter. But it's basically just giving it a look, seeing that just because it's not canon to the original developer doesn't mean that it's not its own canon. And I'm telling you right now that its character structure and character building and development is way better than it is in the anime. And anybody who watches it will say the same thing.
I don't know.
I've read the comments. You should read the comments too.
Yeah, but that's other people's opinion, again.
Okay, that's other people, but you gotta sometimes trust opinions.
I'm gonna quote you on video games. Here we go.
Video games?
I would rather play the game for myself and come up with my own conclusion, right? Than follow other people's
opinions. Okay, well, that's true.
So
but listen, this only happened because they agreed with my own opinion. And that's why
people that tend to gravitate towards one's opinion.
Yeah, okay, you're talking about me. I'd rather play games than experience other people's opinions of the games. I experienced it and made my own opinion, so whatever you're telling me right now has really nothing to do with anything.
My point is like your argument is that I should watch it because other people enjoy it as well and they agree with your opinion.
You should watch it for yourself.
I'm not going to because it's something I'm not going to enjoy.
You won't know until you watch it. I'm just trying to I'm trying to hit it on I'm trying to hit it on more than just one point, Skylar. I'm saying watch it because I'm asking you to, and you might enjoy it.
My reason for not watching it.
Because it's not real canon, or because it's a retelling of the original story. I've not ignored a single moment a single word that you said.
That anybody could say will get me to watch it.
All right, brick wall. I'm done with it.
It's not a brick wall. It's my opinion.
Your opinion is it's that of a brick wall.
That's like if someone came out with the original Red Dead and just had people revoice the characters. Why would I enjoy that?
Because you're a fan of the show or the original game.
Of the people that made it.
Even if it's a better retelling.
How would that be a better retelling?
Because unlike Red Dead Redemption, Sword Art Online is doo-doo.
No, I like Sword Art Online.
And they joke about the main problems of the story. It's just funny and it's worth watching. And freaking Chaos is one of the hard-headed people I've ever known. But he absolutely loved Attack on Titan Abridged, even though he loves Attack on Titan to the point where he can't accept a different reality. But he watched it and he loved it. And that's Chaos, who has a harder head than you do.
But me and him are totally different people. He enjoys things that I may not enjoy.
What makes you so different? I enjoy both of your company.
It's not the company, it's my opinion on things, like...
Yeah, but my opinion of you matters.
I read a Harry Potter book from someone else's point of view. I'm not going to do that.
I'm just saying, man, it'd be awesome. And I would think you'd like it. That's my only thing, is I think you'd like it. Yeah, you like...
I don't know.
Wait, you've watched Dragon Ball Z Abridged, right?
Barely, I haven't watched it all the way through. I didn't like that as much. Like I said, like I never watched those Abridged series like you guys did. I maybe watched 1 or 2 episodes.
Did you enjoy them?
I thought they were funny, but that's about it. I didn't look at them as, oh yeah, this is like a new canon, or this is their own story. Like, I never looked at it as a story. I just thought of it as a joke.
And I won't. I hope I didn't make that seem like that's what I was talking about. I don't think that this Sword Art Online Abridged is a canon to the original at all. Like, it's just a fun, simple thing to enjoy. But
they're jokes.
But as far as canons go,
I can't take them seriously.
And as far as canons go, and I'm reading, and I'm saying this straight from the words of George Lucas, a canon is a canon to its own. Doesn't necessarily mean that it is canon to the real story, but in its own word, it is canon. That's why you can say that Luke Skywalker had a lover in your own canon, but you can't necessarily say that it is because it's not in the original story of the movies. But it can happen. And it's the reason why there are so many multiverses in the DC universe, and why people can explore things that they can't normally see, which in this case is Kirito having character development. And he doesn't really have any character development in the original story, other than the fact that he loves Asuna. That's basically it. And when I watch a show that...
But you're just looking at his... So
I'm looking at him as a protagonist.
I don't just look at him like as just the protagonist, but you also gotta look at their inner turmoil, like their point of views on things, their struggles.
What's his struggle in Sword Art Online?
One of his biggest struggle in Sword Art was whenever he joined that guild, and the whole guild.
Yeah, but they only addressed that one other time throughout the story. He never really truly felt guilt throughout these series.
He did feel guilt. That's
for
why
that.
Maybe that why to the end of the series of the first season, he didn't want to join a guild again.
Well, that's because, but they don't address that as well as they do in the abridged series.
I mean, they may not flesh it out as much, but you also got to look at the original series and the time skips. There's so much time skips. If they wanted to be like any other anime, like Dragon Ball Z, and put so much filler in there, and actually make it like a multi-100 episode series, they could have. They could have very well done it.
That's true, but Trog didn't.
They could have been like Fairy Tail. They could have been like One Piece, and they could have put more time into the character development. If they were an anime that did that, it'd probably be one of your favorites of all time. But they're not. That's not what they were going for at all.
Well, I just think that just basically what you said is that you could basically make up your own canon, which I don't like. I'd rather them have 100 episodes.
But that's what Dragon Ball Z did. That's what Naruto did.
Yeah, and I like that.
That's what they did. That's what they did with the original Full Metal Alchemist, and fans hated it. They wanted they wanted the true thing. They wanted the manga to finish and then to recreate it, and they did. And it came out, and it became one of the best animes of all time in Brotherhood. And I agree, because I love Brotherhood, and I loved the original. But as I grew up and I got older, I'm like, fillers drive me crazy. Sometimes I want to get to the point of the series, and that's like Naruto. You can honestly watch Naruto and take all the filler out, and it still be a complete series.
Well, that's because it's all filler. And that's one thing that I say differently about like My Hero Academia, is that all their canon moments and all their filler. I will admit, I will skip Naruto filler because it's notorious for it. But some characters do get their stories through that filler, and if there are moments where he feels some kind of despair from his old clan dying and we don't get to see it because there are time skips, then I don't think that's really fair as a viewer, because they completely erase over that arc. Well, if it's in the manga, that's one thing, but I don't prefer the manga over anime. I'd like to see it in the anime.
I don't know.
Because to me, manga is technically... It's like reading more from Destiny. Like, I want it in my game. I don't want to have to go to an alternate source just to know it.
I enjoy the anime for what it is because I like to think about things, right? Like, short animes to me aren't a problem. Like, I don't have a problem with it. I've watched anime where the whole series was 12 episodes long, and it doesn't take away from the fact that it was a great anime. You know, just because I didn't get the full-on character development doesn't mean that that character's not as fleshed out as I would hope, because now I can imagine what that person's like. It makes me think about what that person's like. And
I just like character development.
Exactly.
That's why I love Vegeta.
More and more and more.
That's why I love Vegeta more than I love Goku, because Goku has no character development towards Vegeta, who does. And that's why I don't probably like Kirito as much, is because I don't sense any character development from him at all.
I don't think you like simplistic characters, where they're introduced.
I like story. I like story.
Yeah, I mean, granted, yeah. But the one thing about Kirito, Goku, and Naruto. Well, Naruto has a lot of backstory, but like, there's a lot of animes that have these like one bangers, which is what I call them, and it's where they're the hero. They have this cool personality, or they have this unique personality, and all they're about is, you know, being kind, doing the right thing, becoming the best, or whatever it is that their goal is, and that's their whole story. That's their whole personality. And there's nothing wrong with that, because then you're introducing these other characters that are interesting around them. And then, you know, like Fairy Tail. Tell me Natsu is not like Goku. Or tell me he's not a one-banger. Like, Natsu is a one-banger, but he does have a backstory. And
well, truth be told, I think Gray, and this is why I like Gray more, I think Gray has more character development than Natsu does. At least so far of what I've seen. Series, I haven't watched. Yeah. I haven't really watched past the tournament that they have of the clans, the fairy clans. Sorry, the guilds.
Man. Yeah, you need to watch. I mean, granted, it's in Japanese. You need to watch way more episodes.
Well, I watched the whole dragon part where he released 10 dragons, and I watched all that, and then it kind of started going into filler, so I kind of stopped watching it. Yeah. But I can't necessarily argue against Fairy Tail because I enjoy it.
I think Gray's backstory is more interesting because of what happened to his teacher, but then Gray's backstory almost mimics or mirrors Full Metal Alchemist, the Elric Brothers backstory.
Wait, what am I doing? It just has me. Am I supposed to be searching for stuff, or am I supposed to be looting soldiers? Anyways, I'm just telling you why I don't like Sword Art Online, and it's basically because of the main character. But I do love Natsu. I do love Fairy Tail. I don't like it as much as I love Naruto or My Hero Academia, but I do like it a lot. I think that's why My Hero is my favorite anime right at the moment, because it hold on, sorry, I'm in a fight, but because there's so much character development for all of the characters, really. Like, the story is told through its fights. Like, it's not just a grudge match between two people. Like, it's so good. And even the main character starts getting character development as soon as the 3rd episode.
I started watching My Hero Academia, and like, I think with My Hero Academia, like, it's good, but I don't enjoy it as much. Like, it does have like good story to it, but one of the reasons why I don't like it is because I feel like it's unfair to the main character at times. But that's how the story is, though. So, but I can't enjoy it because I'm just like, I want something else to happen other than what happens.
I love tackling people to the ground and then just right in the face.
Have a lasso out whenever you're running towards somebody. So if you're holding the lasso and you're running towards somebody and you press square, you'll automatically tackle him to the ground and tie him up.
Yeah. It looks like I'm in a war right now. I kind of stopped paying attention to the story.
Oh, you're not missing anything at that point. Where you're at, you're helping the Indians right now, right?
It kind of seems like I'm just like it's trying to show the separation between Dutch and Arthur right now. Like, Arthur is starting to question everything he does.
You'll see that though once you finish.
And
that mission,
Dutch is getting crazier and crazier, and I think it's because of this desperation. Like, he does love his people. It's just he's getting desperate.
Honestly, I think Dutch is one of the most selfish people. That's what I think. He's become selfish, and everything he's ever done has been for his own needs.
I think he's just egotistical, and his problems aren't working, so it's fucking with him.
I mean, that too, but like, he doesn't like to be questioned. He doesn't like to be He doesn't like dishonesty or disloyalty. Like, there's a lot that happens with his character that I'm like, I don't know.
It's just easy to see as like a psychological moment. Like all of his plans have basically failed since Blackwatch, and you can see it in
Blackwater.
him.
But Blackwater was whose fault? Micah's. It wasn't Dutch. It was Micah's fault. Micah convinced Dutch to follow along with what Micah thought was right. Arthur and Hosea had a solid lead. If Dutch would have just stuck by what he knew, his gut, with Arthur and Hosea, everything would be a different story. Granted, Arthur would still be sick at this point, and he eventually would still lose him, but everything that's happened wouldn't have happened.
Yeah, Dutch is pissed right now. He just smacked the fuck out of his horse, and I just said, "Get out of here!" to my horse. I don't like being, right now I'm alone with Dutch, and I don't like that. I think there's going to be a struggle by the end of this story.
I like Dutch, though, ultimately. I kind of, his character in the first game, way different. Like, in the first game, Dutch, like, full on, he gets in an encounter with John, where it's like, he has this woman hostage, and then he's like, "Oh, you want the girl, John? You can have her." And he like tosses the girl across the room and shoots her in the head as he does it, and he goes, "There you go." Like, that Dutch is...
Was that in the first game?
Yes. Yes. Dutch in the first game is insane. Like, he really goes through a change.
Yeah, and you can see the change now. Because he's going again, like, one of the easiest ways to see somebody change is that they start going against their own moral code and then making it seem like it's not that big a deal.
Yeah, but like, again, like in Blackwater, there's a part where I think, who was it? Someone said something about, I think Hosea said something about Dutch killing a girl in Blackwater. And he said he did her real wrong, but Dutch has no remorse for it. He never at one point apologizes for it or anything like that. And then throughout the game, he comes up with this like excuse for everything of why he's doing it this way, even though it's something that he probably previously stated that he's against. But then he justifies it. And it's like, why are you justifying something that you're against? It makes no sense. But I honestly think that this game tells a better story, like, than Red Dead 1. Like, I think Red Dead 1 will ultimately be one of my favorites because of it introducing me to this universe, but this one has so much character development. Like, you literally, if you pay more attention to the characters, like while you're in camp and you talk to each person and just conversate with them, you find out so much about them, and even if you just stand around and overhearing their conversations with one another, you learn so much. Like,
well, I definitely enjoy these games more than I do Grand Theft Auto.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like, Grand Theft Auto is just a clusterfuck.
This is it.
Like,
yeah.
I think my favorite Grand Theft Auto is probably 4 because it actually developed Nico's backstory. Like, you actually learn about Nico Bellic and his struggle.
And you can ultimately choose to forgive the person who wronged you so long ago.
Yeah. Like, well, same thing in 5. 5 you can choose. What's up, Grub?
I got a plan. This is a good one.
Hello, officers.
For Destiny.
What? Oh, you mean the flashpoint?
Hello, Captain.
Keep your hands up and come here. Come here.
We can't do that.
It might be broken. I don't know.
Those men they killed, they were good men. You're fighting nature, Captain.
Get over here.
Your name?
Here. My whole life, I tried to fight change.
Who? Fat Pool?
It's a waste.
Yeah. Is he still doing that?
No. It's a waste. You can't fight nature, Captain. You can't fight change. You can't fight.
Yeah, no joke, no shit. Did I finally, was it me and you that decided that one day that we would delete him, or I don't know if I ever had him as a friend, honestly. But
I don't know who you guys are talking
I think
about.
we were talking about it, I don't know. It's this dude who was kind of crazy. Like, he wasn't crazy, he just didn't do things right. Like, I think one of the things that, I don't know if I'm if you want me even talking about this, Graham, or not, but he was trying to find this one chick and talk to her, but her little niece answered instead. He started cursing her out, trying to find this girl. And yeah, like, he was just kind of psychotic in the sense of the word. Like, it's a kid, and you're gonna scream at her because you're trying to get a hold of this one person. Like, I don't know. And Chris already didn't like him, so I was just like, well, what's the point of even having him around? And
what was his name, Rockley?
Fat Pool. But there was another.
I know who you guys were talking about.
There was another
exactly
kid.
I hated that guy.
There was another kid who
Didn't Fat Pool have that like speech impediment?
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy was crazy.
But there was one kid that was. Okay, so you know how certain people take video games super seriously?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'll admit sometimes I can be a dick. Okay, I could be a dick a lot. But, so this kid, like, if somebody, if somebody is acting a certain way, I like to escalate it just because I'm a dickhead. Yeah. Well, there's this one kid who blew up my helicopter because I was doing shit on GTA, and I told him he owed me 25,000 grand for that, because that's how much it costs to get a helicopter as a CEO in that game. And he's like, are you really going to make me pay you back for that? And I was like, yeah, it's bullshit.
Well, you could just respawn it. Why would you?
Yeah, because it costs 25,000 to respawn it. For my own, that's going to be on my map marker that I'm going to have until it blows up. Like, I could always get one from the airport, but this was a lot more efficient because it doesn't always spawn at the airport.
Oh, you're talking about the buzzards.
Yeah. And and to be honest, I didn't want to drive to the airport every time if I didn't have one. Well, he ended up blowing it up, and as a CEO, that cost you $25,000, and when you're trying to make money, it kind of puts you the other way. Well, anyways, so he blows it up, and I told him that he owes me money, and he didn't want to pay it. And at that point I was just like, why not? It's not that big a deal. And he's like, because I'm trying to make money and I don't want to lose. And I was like, well, you should have thought of that before you blew it up. And I remember doing a CEO mission. He's like, look, you don't even have to do nothing. I'll do this mission. I will buy myself another buzzard and I will go do this mission right now. Whatever money you get from this mission, give it to me. And then he didn't say nothing. And then I ended up doing it. And the mission gave me $25,000, and it gave him $25,000, but he didn't even have to lift the thing. He wouldn't even give me that. So I basically did this mission for him, and then he did nothing. He didn't give it back. And so I was basically antagonizing him, saying, like, I can't believe you're going to go on this game and you're going to act like this and be such a baby about everything like that. But he was crazy. I don't know what his deal was, but he would not pay me back that money. For nothing. And he had like, I think he had like $2 or $5 million on GTA at this moment, and he wouldn't pay me back $25,000 that not only did I earn him, but he blew up my helicopter, so he owed it to me, and he was acting like such a baby about it.
Yeah.
And then I told Grim right there, I was like, hey, I blocked Pool and I blocked that kid, I don't even remember his name. And then I think after like a day or two after that, she decided to block him too. I don't know.
We'll send them.
I always thought he was intrusive.
Let's split up. I'll go
Like he would just jump into the party without saying anything and just act like he can just jump into the game and play with us and stuff like that. That's something I don't really like. If it's like you or Skylar or Stina, you know, if you want to join the party, by golly bean, just join the party. But if I don't know you, if I'm a friend with you by association and you join my party, I'm gonna be like, that's a little rude. I mean, it's rude in a sense, like, I just think it's rude to just jump into somebody's party. Like, I cannot stand when I'm playing a private match with somebody and they just join my game. Dude, I look like shit. But, I don't know. I just think that some people, I don't feel like associating with them for certain reasons, and after Grim told me that story of that woman and her niece, I was like, yep, that's enough reason for me.
That's one of the reasons why I stopped playing with Matt LTF or whatever his name is.
Oh, hold on. Before you say anything, he drops into my streams sometimes, so.
I mean, I'm not saying anything bad about him. He made me mad. Like, the way he talks, it's disrespectful. So, I don't associate myself with him.
Yeah. But that's just the way his personality is, I think. Like, somebody saying rude things and being a dick, I think, are not as bad as people who are creepy and get their fat pool on. And that thing with Randall, yeah, I understand.
Oh yeah, that guy can burn in hell.
Lol. God, I kind of want to stop my broadcast to talk about that, but I'm not. But, oh well.
Metals. I'm gonna make this gun go.
Okay.
What?
Yikes.
What?
Yikes.
Hair good. Oh yeah, I knew that's what you meant. I'm just gonna cut his bank account. I mean his testicles. His testicle. I mean his bank account. What the fuck? I think that this, okay, yeah, discard. Because I don't want you being on my horse's ass. It's kind of creeping me out. I had this, skinned from that mountain lion that was on my horse's butt. And it wouldn't go away, and it wouldn't let me take it off. And I just went to the satchel and deleted it, and now it's finally gone. But then there are people like that Stina chick, like, seriously, no, I'm kidding. Wonder she'll comment. She hasn't said nothing in a while. We've had 2 discussions since she last talked. I mean, she could just join the party if she wanted to. Yo, spook the horse. What horse? Oh, Stina's talking. Oh god. I could care less about Kirito. Wait, she already said that. Oh. Oh, she lost her voice. Who? Screw Mercy. What has she done for the community? Nothing. Oh yeah? To like how? Are you on Overwatch right now?
Well, look who it is. Howdy. You sure got a good eye for horses.
That's fair.
That one looks in prime condition. What do you say to another race? I know you beat me last time, but I've been training this one hard. Why not a race to Calumet Ravine?
Oh, if you decide you want to play after that one, I'll probably hop on and play. Wait, this guy wants to race? What the hell is he doing? I could probably beat this guy without sprinting. Alright, no I can't. Christina lost her voice, guys. She can't talk with us. And when you said Mercy needs a new skin, I thought you said Marie needs a new skin, Christmas skin. I was like, what?
Coming from the person who said Marie like 6 times earlier.
I only said it like maybe 0 times, so call me
like
silly.
3 times.
Oh, did it? Relax. Sounds like you need a game to play, Grim. Might I suggest some Red Dead Redemption?
She doesn't like the way they work their workers.
But if you like GTA, you should like this game. We played it for months.
That's a lie. That is a lie.
That's hurting my soul, Grim. That's when we started to get to know each other.
That's where I met Marie.
Or we met Marie. If it wasn't for GTA, we would have never known Marie.
Yeah, you wouldn't know Marie if it wasn't for GTA.
Clap and a half.
I want to tell Marie you don't care about her.
I was gonna say, if you wanted to play Overwatch, I would have been your tank. Or your healer, whatever you wanted. She has nothing to play. Sounds like she had played some Red Dead Redemption. Okay, I know.
I know damn well she'll eventually get Red Dead.
Whoa, horse, what's going on? Oh. Are you gonna leave? Oh yeah. Don't leave us, Grim. Okay, if I fall off of this, I'm gonna be so angry. Wow. What about Soul Calibur? Is it boring? You could always play Call of Duty. Why the fuck did my path take me here? All I'm saying is that all them Rockstar developers know how to make a game. I'm looking at you, Telltale.
Their game's always been about the story.
Oh shit. Oh jeez. Okay, okay, okay. I know. You're gonna die if I don't help you. I understand.
Whiskey? You understand? Whiskey?
Bueno, sí. No puedo.
Oops. I probably should have given him a health potion instead of giving him liquor.
Probably should stop being a douchebag instead of being a douchebag.
You should suck my balls, Mr. Gason.
Suck my balls.
Has anybody watched Walking Dead?
Nope. I asked you that the other day and you said you weren't going to watch it.
Said I wasn't gonna watch it until it stored up a bit, and it did.
Oh, yeah, I know. A big change just recently happened.
Yeah.
That's my girl.
But they announced something cool, which I might be interested in.
I could tell y'all, or I can't.
Well, you're not, because it's spoilery. Yeah.
Who's gonna be in movies? What the fuck? I've already been a... Okay, game.
What happened?
I don't know. This game's trying to lead me to a place, and I think instead of... Okay, it wants me to be on the bridge, I think, but it didn't do it. Put me on the bridge. It put me under the bridge. It's fucking... Stop fucking around, horse. God, I hate horses. Why do... Like, I think this is why I dislike horses, is because they have a mind of their own. If I'm driving a motorcycle around the cliff, just let me fall to my death. I don't care. You've given me an object that I care about. I didn't care about my car. In GTA.
Look out.
Yeah, see, this is where it wanted me to go. It's fucking dumb. What up, Marston? Can't wait for you to get your own game.
How you doing? Nervous? But
You already did.
been nervous for a while. I had a lot of time to think in that jail, and I feel like I just don't know Dutch no more. You ain't the only one. And this plan to get us out, it just feels... No, like you're stringing us along.
That's funny.
Cold blood, revenge. We all do bad things, but he seems to enjoy it now.
That's funny.
It's like he just wants...
They were both about to light a cigarette next to all this dynamite, and then they both looked at it and then threw their cigarette away.
create more enemies, more chaos.
Instead of, I don't know, putting it back in the pack.
I mean, I love Dutch. He saved me a long time ago. I feel like in Saint Denis, when I got arrested, maybe he could have done something. I feel like you should take your woman and child and get lost. Do you? You could give something to Jack. It's that or... Well, I don't see no way out of this. What about loyalty? Be loyal to what matters. What are you gonna do? I'll be okay, but do it for me. It would make me feel good, if that makes any sense. A little, but listen to me. When the time comes, you gotta run and don't look back. This is over. And now? Now we gotta help Dutch give the army one final tweak on its nose. Yeah, come on.
Aw.
Help me with the rest of this.
Arthur cares so much about John.
He does now. He didn't at first.
Well, I think when you're faced with imminent death, you tend to see the error of your ways. Yeah.
Yes, I know you so well. I knew what you were gonna say.
And the thing is that I think Arthur is a very complex human. I think that he wait, hold on. I think that he's a very complex man who wishes he had a life that he could have had with Mary or Isaac and Eliza, but because of what he did, the life that he was part of, he wasn't able to have that, and I think he wants John to have that.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
I'll hold down X as Arthur pushes the bar down. Release as he raises it. Not releasing in time will cause you to lose speed. Okay.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna go make me some hot dogs real quick. Put them in the microwave at least. I'm starving.
Alright, stop. Here's good. We sure got a lot of this stuff.
Please take a moment. I made a recent purchase. Oh yeah, I did make a recent purchase. Okay, I'll be right back.
Got it. Ready when you are. I'm at the bottom of the ladder here to your left. There's good. Lower it down. Okay, start lowering it down. All right, take it slow. That's not something we want to drop. Okay, good. Grab the other one.
If you just dropped dynamite, would it blow up? I feel like it wouldn't. I feel like it has to have fire to blow up. I don't know, maybe I just don't know my explosives very well.
Okay, let's go. Nice and easy. Got it. All right, come down here and help me plant this stuff.
Final Fantasy 15-2.
Okay, grab yourself a bundle from the box.
Final Fantasy, which one?
You need to attach each of those bundles.
I thought that was already out.
There's one on each of the main support beams. Okay. I sure hope this is
Oh.
enough to blow it. These are mine in charge. They ain't easy to come by. If they don't do the job, nothing will. So why exactly are we doing this? Dutch wants a distraction. Something to buy us some time. Some attention off of us. And we found out Cornwall's company got a contract with the army.
Oh man. That's alright.
After this, they'll need to send up a train.
She ain't no Lady Iceheart.
Then we'll pop that train. I don't know. This all sounds pretty crazy. We don't have much time here. Okay. I should go get the handcart ready. You okay to finish off down here? Sure. Go on. I can handle the rest. I'll see you up there. This better work.
I liked both Lady Iceheart, or not Lady Iceheart. I liked Shiva in Final Fantasy 15. I think she's, as far as like her face, I think she's the prettiest in Dissidia or whatever, Dissidia. I don't know. I was like, damn, she looks like an anime character. Oh, snow? No, it wasn't snow, was it? I don't know. Yeah, it was snow and then there was Hope. Hope was such a little bitch. But that one chick that was with her, like, okay, here's the thing. She looked young, but she was actually pretty old. I think she was like 19 or 20. And then Hope was like, everybody's like, Hope's gonna hit that, right? Fuck no. There ain't no man in that little boy.
Arthur, get up here quick!
Oh shit.
Faster, buddy, come on! Arthur! A train! Come on, quick! Pump this stupid thing! As hard as you can! Let's go, let's go! Just get to the end of the bridge and jump! Faster! Get ready to jump!
Nobody noticed that Megadeth I just had right there. Why didn't they just... Why is this even a thing? They could have had me literally just stand by the track and not get hit at all. That was so anticlimactic.
No problem. That just ain't how I want to die.
Right.
Come on. Let's go blow this thing up.
I think if I pull a grenade out and you shoot me, my grenade should...
I think the line held.
Uh-huh.
The honors? Sure.
Love it in the Super Soaker himself. What's it good, Trigadad?
Well, I guess old Dutch got all the smoke he wants. Let's hope so. You
All right,
really think that'll draw attention away from us? I guess we'll see. Tell the truth.
Doesn't matter, Daya.
Sure, I fully understand Dutch's plan with all this.
Tell Grim to get Red Dead, bro.
You want to play Overwatch?
Loyalty to everything. I've been loyal. Look what that cost.
Okay, Matt.
Ain't nobody forcing. Yeah, ain't nobody forcing you.
That's all I knew. That's all I ever believed in. Not anymore, John. Soon.
Alright, Matt, let me ask you one question, right? On a scale of 1 to game, does this game?
Don't look back.
Thank you.
Think about it. I've done a lot of thinking. Look at us. Out here risking our actions for what it takes. For an idea that don't work no more. How you mean? You know just what I mean. You got a family. You need cash. You need to start building a life for yourself.
The entire lifetime of the first game.
I need a vacation.
Yeah.
Dutch.
It's like the second greatest selling game of all time. Well, not of all time, but like,
you know something?
It's up there.
Abigail, I think she might know where some of that money is.
For what game?
Tell her she better make sure. And then come talk to me.
That's weird.
And we'll find out just who and what we should be loyal to.
don't know, Arthur.
Nor do I. But I'm seeing things a lot more clearly now. I wish things were different.
Am I the only person who likes microwave hot dogs? I might be. I don't know. Hot dogs that are microwave? I already retracted my statement.
Oh, considering that game's been out since dinosaurs roamed the earth.
I meant to say fastest selling because GTA 5 sold like $1 billion in like so much time, and this game is like way up there. It's crazy.
Hey, so what game are you guys playing? Can you dual wield in this game, Skylar?
Yes.
How do I do that?
You press hold L1 and then press up on the right thumbstick to where it's the 2 arrows, and then you'll pull out both guns.
Oh. It's because Tyler don't know shit.